Ahoy, land lovers, it's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. I just deleted 18 minutes of stream because they were a disaster. Welcome to Friday the 13th. It's September 13th, 2024. It is a Friday. And I decided to start spooky season early. We talked a little bit about it at the end of last week. And, basically the decision was make a decision about something that I don't already own and to also try to troubleshoot it or troubleshoot a game I already own. The choice was really obvious because I had about 50 minutes to do anything to set up the stream this week. We should all consider ourselves lucky that a stream is happening. Without any further ado, is Blackwell Legacy. Now here's a question. This game is 4x3. There's nothing doing about that. I can make it full screen on my end, but then it just sort of changes the dimensions of where the void goes. How do you feel about being on screen? Probably should have consulted you, but here we are. I do imagine that 18 minutes of nonsense sort of scared chat off, I guess. Well, alright. If it's just me, then I'm just gonna play the Blackwell Legacy. It's not a great sign that I got welcome back like 2 minutes into streaming. That feels problematic to me, but that's where I am. I honest to God don't know how to tell you about my emotional state. It's awful. I don't want the stream to be about that. I'm trying so hard not to just have a mental breakdown. I'm really struggling here. I have to tell you that 3 consecutive months of stress without break is not good for you at all. And then it's just any entity that's supposed to be helping me right now really just not cooperating to the best of its ability. Let me tell you this fun anecdote, which is... Move the chat window up. Well, I can't fit much... You can see chat. I don't really know what you're saying. Oh, you just want the... Sure, that's fine. Thought the way this worked... It's kind of hard to test chat when there is no chat, you understand? So my recollection was that cut off, it didn't show anything in the bottom black for some reason. But either that changed or that's just different than I remember. You know what? I'm not even going to go into my stupid work story. It's just going to be me complaining. Basically, someone waited until like 5 minutes before the end of a workday to call and have a panic attack at me. And they're like, how come your boss is like threatening to drop all our services? And my response is basically sort of like, well, they shouldn't do that without giving you several notices. And he's like, it just says it's happening tomorrow. I'm like, if it says it's happening tomorrow, then you ignored several notices. And that's really your fault. And frankly, I have no idea why you'd contact me because my boss is the one threatening you and I can't supersede them. And it's been a lot of stuff like that. There's like, normally, my work is about getting people current on their compliance paperwork. And that's just kind of like a cycle, right? Like you never get everyone caught up all the time. That's just not the nature of that sort of thing. And so like for the entire 5 years I've worked at this company, it's been the case that, I ask people for stuff and they kind of just do like a month at a time. And for some reason, for August, which is what I'm trying to get people to get caught up on now, everyone's just like, I'm going to do like 2 weeks and then just give up. Which is like, no, that doesn't help at all because it's the same amount of work for me. And like a lot of the time, it's barely any more effort for you to finish it. I don't know what you're doing over there. I'm in a mentally bad place, is the takeaway from the non-story. And so let's play the Blackwell Legacy, a game that is steeped in, to my recollection, issues about mental health. Click go. Activating game instructions, sure. In addition to on-screen instructions, you can view the instructions by clicking the help button. Okay. It's a point-and-click game, though. By the way, new technology in effect. I have isolated the game's audio and adjusted it separately because, and I'll show you in a minute, if we ever get control of the game, there are like no settings in this game. It's from 2006.
Down to this. Do I love you? Do I miss you? I don't know for sure. I hardly know you. But you're the closest thing to family I've got, and I suppose that's something. Goodbye, Auntie. Wherever you are.
This really, I mean, this music is very royalty-free, like mid-aughts, isn't it? It's like someone, it's like someone was trying to remember just from memory what, like, Wake Me Up by Evanescence sounded like, and only had a Casio keyboard to try and replicate it. You want the volume louder? I can. I feel like I'm going to be competing with it, but I can adjust that. It will mean that the game will freeze while I fix it. It's really pretty... I'm going to boost it. I mean, I could do that obnoxious thing I do sometimes to demonstrate how, like, bad audio mixing is in video games. Oh, for the love of God, just settle on 30. Just settle on 30%. I swear to God, please. I'm begging you. No, you get 29% because everything is spiteful and terrible. God almighty. This is what 29% is. It's a little louder. The problem is that there's no distinction between music and audio and like speech audio. So I cannot, if the dialogue gets louder, the music gets louder like the same amount. But like, yeah, at 100%, it's like absolutely preposterous. I don't know why it defaults to that. This game, despite being made well after the heyday of point-and-click games, feels the need to introduce the mechanics. I suppose the idea being that no one had played a point-and-click adventure for about 10 years if they weren't me. I mean, can I get back up on that, on what audio needs to be adjusted to? Because, like, levels in the mixer look like much increase from here is problematic. To interact with objects or characters, move the mouse and click. I like move the mouse cursor and then click. The instructions don't even give you credit for knowing how the mouse works. Sorry, I'm being really hostile. I really do like Watch It Eye games, and I know a little bit about this first one. I think I may have seen a full playthrough. I honestly only remember a couple things from it. A couple, like, key story things. So I kind of feel like I know the gist. There's a strange kid standing in front of Rosa's door. That's also apparently part of the tutorial. Try interacting with him to see what he wants. Okay. It's a teenager. I think we should just leave.
There are bars over the windows. I'm not getting in that way.
We could try. That sounds like quitter talk.
Hi there.
Hi?
So who are you visiting today?
Listen, I just got dropped into this world. I'm pretty sure this is my home. To be fair, the instructions aren't specific enough here, Mom. That's unfortunate. But I still maintain it isn't her fault that that pizza went wrong. The, like, pineapple pepperoni, we couldn't remember if it was supposed to be meat or vegetable pizza. I know, we should use the Arrested Development approach of just saying, like, ha ha ha, marry me, and then apparently you just get to be a movie executive.
Oh, ha ha.
Seriously, who are you here to see? Can't let you in unless you tell me.
I live here?
No, you don't. I know everybody in the building. I don't know you.
God, I can't... This absolutely feels like a thing that would happen to me. This feels like a thing that would happen to me at the apartment building I just moved out of. And like, I don't understand at all this concept. Like, if you knew everyone in the building, you would know that I live in one of the apartments. So clearly you don't know everyone in the building. You're some sort of pompous liar. Gosh, I don't know. I feel like it is traditional, right, for like a hero to like shirk the call to adventure. Should we just leave? Are we so passive aggressive? I'm feeling very passive aggressive today. Is this a good time to just like leave and see if we can lose the game on the first screen? I have no idea.
I'll be back.
See you around.
Activating inventory bar. Rosa is carrying something. Let's see what it is. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. To activate the inventory bar, move your mouse cursor to the top of the screen. Now hang
Hello
on.
again.
Let me state the facts. Neko said she wanted me to state the facts like I'm an officer of the
Really?
law.
I live here.
Nice try. I know everyone in this building, and I don't know ya. Sorry.
I've lived here for 5 years.
Then how come I've never seen you before?
I have no idea.
It sure
Doesn't
seems like a
matter.
personal
If you
problem.
lived here, I'd know you. That's all there is to it.
Why, who made you the god of smoking in the doorway? Like you attend the college
Who
that
the
I
hell
went
are
to?
you?
Jim Burdo.
All right.
That's a
Jim.
fake name.
Where's
No
the
one's
regular
called Jim
doorman?
Burdo.
Geez, where have you been? He's on strike.
He's what?
Strike. All the building servicemen in the city are doing it. Union rules or something. I stepped in to help because I know everybody.
How come nobody told me?
Notices were posted all over the building. I put them up myself. If you lived here, you'd have seen them.
Who pays attention to things like that?
Well, that's not my problem.
God, this feels like the type of conversation that I've been having at work, where it's just sort of like, well, I provided everything possible for you to understand the current situation. And they're like, yeah, but I'm acting like I've just been born today and have no idea what's going on. Although I really have to say, I definitely sympathize with her up to the point that he demonstrates that he like posted notice of this bizarre occurrence all over the building. Because I feel like I would notice that and get mad about it. But I think I would still end up in this situation where like I'd come back and he'd be like, I decided that I'm the doorman because the doormans are on doorman strike. And, you know, I have to say, my first impression... clearly this isn't set in America because like doorman's union like I believe it could exist. I don't believe it does exist, not here anyway. How about my address? Because I live here.
Listen, I really live here. 4th floor, number 4E.
4E. Isn't that apartment empty?
No, I live there, and I want to go there. Thank you very much.
Oh, maybe you're telling the truth.
He sees reason, thank God.
Do you have any ID? A driver's license or something?
Yes, I have a driver's license. It's upstairs, in my desk drawer.
In my
Crap.
other pants.
Come on, this is New York. Who actually drives?
True, but I still can't let you in unless you prove you live here.
Ooh. I should have checked my inventory to see if it contained knife. As we all know, knife is a great way to solve most adventure game problems. How would he verify a license? Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be great if I just had like a fake ID? Like, I don't know how old this character is off the top of my head. I think she's pretty young. She might be like college age. So like, she's just like, yeah, here's my fake ID. And it just like has some like vulgar James Bond style like sexual pun as a name or something. And it's like, yeah, I don't know, that checks out.
Out of my
Red
way.
vines.
I'm going in.
I wouldn't do that.
Why? Are you going to stop me?
Me? No. But I've got a cell phone in my pocket with 911 programmed in. All I have to do is hit send and the cops will be here in 5 minutes.
What a
Are you
hollow
serious?
threat.
Totally serious.
I don't believe this.
Wait, hang on. Hold on. What's the problem? Yeah, if we call the cops, then, like, I'll be like, I live in this building. And they'll be like, okay, let's check out that apartment you say you lived in. And it's like, oh, look, your ID is in here. And the guy trying to stop you from entering your home is, like, an actual psychopath. Like, I mean, the very fact, like, I definitely take umbrage with the fact that he's like, I know everyone in the building. I'm like, I live in apartment 4E. And he's like, I don't know who lives in 4E. It's like, well, then you're kind of fallible, aren't you, guy? Like, you aren't the god of knowing everything in the apartment, and maybe you should stop. Yeah, I mean, clearly, yeah, that's a great point. I mean, like, even if you're living in a shared space like in an apartment building, you presumably have a key that unlocks the front door. And you could just be like, yeah, okay, let me unlock the front door with the key I have to enter the building I live in. But, like, if the dude, like, honestly, if the dude said, like, I'll call 911 on you, and be like, about being in my own home, go ahead. They'll probably be mad at you. Like, definitely not asking about the strike. I don't want to know anything from this guy. I'm not asking him for help. I'm just going to show him whatever proof.
Sorry, no. That could be any key.
Well, let's go upstairs and see if it works.
And leave the door unattended? Can't do it. Sorry.
I think this guy is a yokel. I think this man is from Siberia. Alright, let's grudgingly take our leave and check our inventory for a knife. Welcome to the inventory bar. You can access the objects that Rosangela? I think we've been just calling her Rosa so far. Who's called Rosangela? Rosangela? None of that's real names. He's lined and covering for robbery. I just think he's a psycho. I think he's a casual, everyday psycho. Here you can access the objects that Rosangela is carrying, in addition to accessing game options. Oh, great. Let's check out the game options real quick. So we can save, load, quit, and help, which I think they said is like tutorial. You can turn speech off. You can turn subtitles off. You can turn on 2 different eras of commentary. You cannot in any way adjust the volume of speaking characters versus music. Nor can you adjust individually or a single master slider for the volume in the game. You have to use the desktop settings to do it. I guess this my student accommodation had security guards and they didn't care to see ID of every person. They just care about whether you have a key card. It's common for people to invite guests and family over. I mean, like, we had security at my dorm and they usually were lax enough that you could get one by them if you made some effort to do it, but you were supposed to sign in guests. Anyway, yeah, just to demonstrate, you can't adjust the volume in the game. It just is what it is. Let's save. I don't know who this bear is, but that's a good bear. Yep, I'm gonna leave that awkward caps. Why do I have a letter? Let's read it, because apparently picking it up isn't a real thing I can do. October 12th, 2006, Dr. Donald Quentin, Bellevue Medical Hospital, New York, New York. Hang on. We've been over this. I don't believe this is New York City. They have an obscure union. I don't believe that at all. Miss Blackwell, my name is Dr. Donald Quentin, and I was your aunt's primary care physician. Yeah, I think I was talking over it a little bit. At the very start of the game, she took her aunt's ashes to a bridge and scattered them to the wind. And she had some comment that I think implied that with her aunt passed, she didn't have much else left in the world or something like that. I forget exactly what she said. I apologize for talking over it. I think we'll get the gist of it over time. It's probably fine. I've seen your aunt's needs since she arrived here 25 years ago. That's a long time. That's a long time. Please accept my heartfelt condolences for your loss. Feel free to visit my office at any time. I am sure we have much to discuss. Sincerely, Donald Quentin Mid. Well, I mean, if he was taking care of my aunt, I would definitely prefer that he be more than mid, but that's fine. How do I leave this place? Side note, paper medical records. 2006. I wonder how many 2006s there are. I mean, we are playing in 4x3.
Hello again.
Am I supposed to show him the letter? How do I show him the letter? Because, like, if I click it... Oh, wait, what's happening? Is this a glitch? Okay, no, hang on. Help? Interacting with... using inventory. Examine them by right-clicking. Did that. Combine items, left-click on one, and drag the item onto another, then left-click again. What?
Hello again.
That didn't work. Does it say drag with 2 G's?
See you.
You're right, it definitely does. Drag them onto one another. And not only is that, like, deeply unintuitive, that doesn't appear to be working. Does the inventory not work anymore? You see this happening, right? If I click, then, like, once I hit the bound of the window, the item, like, disappears forever. And, like, if I drag, kind of the same thing happens. It works but, like, the game prompted me when I stopped talking to him, was like, let's check your inventory. And then I look at the letter and, like, nothing happened. I don't think I had the option to show him, right? That was, like, a separate option where I was like, I'll show you my key. And he was like, nah.
Okay, I have no ID, and you don't know me. What can I do to prove that I live here?
Well, can anyone in the building vouch for you?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't really know anybody here.
How long have you lived here again?
Dude, it's New York. You're the weird one.
Butterflies.
Okay, whatever. Hey, what about Nishanti Sharma? She could vouch for you.
You made that up. That's food.
Who is this Nish?
Nishanti Sharma.
That's fake. That's not
right
real.
Next door to 4E. You really don't get out much, do you?
Your point?
Nothing, but I'm sure she could vouch for you.
Great, call her up.
She's not here.
Of course she is.
Then why did you bring it
I'll
up?
be here all day for her.
You might have to. Although, she usually goes to Washington Square Park in the mornings. You can look for her there.
Why is it that the game prompts you to check your inventory for that letter from your aunt's doctor when you stop talking to this guy? It doesn't help the situation at all.
So, let me get this straight. You want me to go all the way to the park to look for a woman who might be there, and if she recognizes me, then, and only then, I'll be granted the privilege of entering my own home?
That's pretty much it, yeah.
This is really stupid.
This is beyond stupid. One doesn't typically need ID to enter their own house. I maintain that I just let the man call 911. And then when they get there, I'd be like, this man is trying to prevent me from entering my own legal residence. I guess I'm going to the
I'll
park?
be back.
See you around.
Can I do that? Exit stage left. I so desperately want a game where, like, there's, like an adventure game, but there's always those options. And I genuinely want there to be, like, the violence path where you're just like, I'm literally going to stab this guy. And then, like, you have to, like, evade the cops or whatever because, like, you committed crimes. But, like, you can at least solve those problems where you're like, this is dumb, I'm going to stab the guy. I guess I'm going to the park.
Washington Square. It's been a while since I've been here. Still looks the same, I guess. Although the dog park is empty. I wonder why. The dog park is empty. There's no reason to go in there.
I don't know. I feel like the kind of day we're having, like, I expected her to just open the door and hang out in the dog park, and then, like, someone came by with a dog and be like, what are you doing in the dog park? And I go, how's that volume? It still looks like it might be on the verge of loud. Why do I even have this note? I guess I'll go to the fountain. Merg.
Now I'm getting a stress headache.
Oh my god, same. I was getting halos earlier. I haven't had those in ages. Where am I now? I'm certainly not at the park, huh? Did I accidentally verge onto... Oh, hang on. There's the dog for the dog park? Wait a
I
minute.
don't think so.
There's just
That's
a stray
her.
dog?
I recognize her from my building. Nishanti Sharma, was it? This is gonna be awkward.
Yeah, like I said, there's literally absolutely nothing I can do to fix the mixing because the game just has it at a flat mix and I can make the whole thing louder or quieter. If you want, I can tune it back down, but like the balance of game and voice just is what it is. 2006.
Excuse? I can't do it. I can't just barge up to her. Not in front of all those people. They're all staring.
Ugh, this is too real. This is like exactly what I've been dealing
the dog's
with.
leash. Nishanti would kill me.
But it'd be so funny. Think how funny it would be. And then we ask her to vouch for us to get into our own
The
building.
dog's leash is tied to the trash can.
Hey, can I use like letter on dog? No, the dog doesn't read? Okay, that's fair. Can we eat the dog? I hear that's in vogue these days. I've heard like 8 remixes of that line from the presidential debate. Ooh boy, 2024, what a year to be alive. I saw... There was a tweet from Kevin Sorbo, just to really drive home how insane reality has become. There was a tweet from Kevin Sorbo after that debate that was like, did Kamala Harris get all the questions in advance? Like, how did she know what was going to be discussed in a presidential debate? And everyone's just sort of like, you mean like actual political topics of concern to voters? Like, absolutely baseline, basic stuff? Like, it's an unfair advantage to understand what, like, the concept of politics is? I mean, I don't have a knife, and this person's even more socially awkward than I am.
Here I go.
Oh, no, I just had to click multiple times.
No.
Nope, let me just click more times.
That didn't go so well.
No,
I
that
just
was
need
close.
to work myself up to it.
Maybe if we get a running start. The multi-click doesn't seem to be helping,
Okay,
but
you
it
can
feels
do
like it
this.
should.
Right. Crap. Calm down. Need to calm down. Right. This is it. Hi. Can I...
The fact that there's different dialogue each time is making
This
it
is not
unclear to me
working.
whether I should be
I
doing
can't
this or
do
not.
this. I just can't. No. I can't do this. I'll just have to wait until she's finished. Or, I don't know. I can't do this with all those people staring at me.
I guess I'll just become homeless then, huh? That seems easier. Well, I was just going through... So, it's traditional in an adventure game that, like, you start getting repeat dialogue when the game has decided you should not do this. So I was just trying to make sure I reached a point where I wasn't getting new dialogue, which took a surprisingly long time, despite the fact I agree with you. That was probably not correct even after, like, maybe the second attempt. Well, the only other place I can go is the hospital based on the letter, I guess. Yeah, maybe we just get a knife from the hospital, like a scalpel or something.
Locked. Whatever's back there, I can't get to it. You need a key to open it.
Can I use my apartment key that's implied is on my person but not in my inventory?
I'm not stealing stuff from the hospital. Some kind of motivational poster.
What kind, though?
Looks like an internal phone. For paging doctors or patients, I guess.
Ooh, give me this,
It
what
says
floor
that this
sign?
floor is undergoing renovations. That explains a lot. I'm not stealing stuff from the hospital.
Ooh, keys! Keys are helpful.
I don't think I need any of these keys.
Oh, that sounds like quitter talk from an adventure game
It's the
protagonist.
security guard for the hospital.
The lights, like, flickered when we got on the floor. Have they been doing that since?
What's with the lights?
Hey, old buildings, you know? Always got problems. If the plumbing ain't broken, the lights are on the blink. It's giving me a headache, let me tell you.
I'm here to see Dr. Quentin.
Uh-huh. Is he expecting you?
I've got this letter right here.
Okay. Looks legit. Go right in.
Not an appointment,
His
but
name's
I
on the
don't care.
door. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
Made us all neck. Yeah, man, neck all the way down.
Come in.
Dr. Quentin?
Yes.
I'm Rosangela Blackwell.
Oh, hello.
That continues to be an unreal name.
You got my letter.
That pose.
Yes, I did.
Good, good. My condolences on the loss of your mother.
I like to think I'd managed the subtle correction. It's weird that he had it correct in the letter, that it was our aunt. I think he did. I believe the letter was correct. But you have the letter with the address on it. See, that's what I thought we were going for, but apparently I can't take inventory items out of my inventory in this one. Because it's 2006. The weird midpoint between when adventure games got good again and when people were doing it out of love of the genre.
Thanks. My aunt is at peace now, wherever she is.
Ah, quite right, quite right.
So you wanted to talk to me about something?
Yes, yes, I did. But before we go into that, how are you holding up?
I'm gonna say bad. Do I have an option to say bad? So I'm not entirely sure if this is actually like a mental hospital, because I just know it's a hospital. But I feel like, I mean, I'm just in a mood to complain. But like, it would be great to have validation from like a psychological specialist that this person is a criminal that I need to have dealt with. But he may just commit me because it's difficult to believe.
Just having a really bad morning.
Oh?
I'll get over it. Just some stuff
Insufficient.
I have to deal with.
You received
Insufficient.
the ashes?
Yes, I scattered them this morning.
I imagine you must miss her.
Paranoid response? Wait, what do you think each of these responses is? I mean, I assume honest is sort of like either like, yeah, obviously she's my aunt, or I'm actually gonna guess more likely, I didn't know her that well. She was in a hospital for 25 years. Although I guess that could also be the callous response, but like, what's the paranoid response? Is like, I think she's a ghost haunting me, even though there's no evidence of that? Yeah, right? Like, it has to be something like, she's not gone, I think she's following me. I think that seems like a good thing to say to this man.
Why does it matter?
There I go again, asking so many questions.
Not at all the response I thought I'd
You
get.
came at my request,
Right. Auntie was the patient.
and you made a point of visiting her for many years.
Apparently,
If
I
you'll
did know
indulge
her.
me one more time. Could I ask you why?
I was hoping to get in her will. Family. It's the only thing more important than breakfast.
She was the only family I had. I guess I felt an obligation, like I had to.
And now that you don't have to,
What do you
Well,
want
I'm
me to
obviously
say?
not going to visit her at
Auntie's
the
dead,
hospital
life
now.
goes on.
so you'll just keep living, is that it?
Yes.
Keep writing your little book reviews in the paper, right?
What?
You know
What
about
a
those?
weirdly condescending thing to say.
A number of the staff have read them, yes.
I didn't think a West Village paper would interest anyone up here.
I have to be honest, Miss Blackwell. The staff read them because they were more interested in you.
They definitely want to commit us. Honestly, I've just decided to give like the most alarming possible response at every option. That's just where I'm at mentally. So let's just keep giving paranoid responses.
That's really creepy, Dr. Quentin.
Their intentions were purely benign, I assure you. It was your aunt they were primarily interested in. They wanted to know more about her family, and you proved to be, shall we say, less than eager to comply.
That's their problem.
That is their problem.
It was your choice to make. Your
But
aunt
like,
was in-
what? It also seems creepy for them to
And now
want that
she's
information.
gone, I was hoping you'd be more forthcoming with me. Just an informal chat. We can discuss her condition, and yours too, of course.
Hang on. What do you mean, my condition?
Wait, what do you mean by my condition?
Hereditary dementia is my specialty, Miss Blackwell. And in my opinion, there is significant cause for concern.
Sorry, did you say hereditary?
Yes, 2 generations. Your aunt and your grandmother before her.
My grandmother?
Yes, Patricia, I think her name was, right?
Not like
I never knew my
Patricia
grandmother.
Angelina?
Auntie Lauren was it. There was nobody else. She couldn't exactly provide me with a family history.
Oh, I see. I had no idea.
Well, maybe you should have. Did anyone else come in to visit her besides me?
No, you are correct. I should have read the family history more carefully. I do apologize.
I mean, you
just
didn't know
assumed-
that she was my aunt. You called her my mom. I don't know what's wrong
It
with
doesn't
you.
change the fact that you should be concerned as well.
Go on.
Patricia Blackwell suffered her mental collapse at the age of 55. Lauren Blackwell underwent hers at the age of 40.
What are you saying? That the same thing is going to happen to me?
No, I'm saying that there is significant cause for concern.
I'm saying that probabilistically the same thing is going to happen to you. Probably. As for my auntie's condition, she spread the ashes this morning. Yeah, I mean, I assume the current... I assume her current physical condition is not so good. Basically ashes. Let's travel backwards in time and start with our
You never
auntie.
could find out what was wrong with her, huh?
No, we didn't. But she still remains a fascinating case.
Fascinating. I don't understand.
Forgive me, I speak from a purely professional perspective. I didn't know your aunt personally.
Neither did I, but fascinating?
It might come as a surprise to you, but yes.
But she was practically catatonic. All she did was lie there for 20 years.
25.
She'd sometimes twitch or mumble something incoherent, but I wouldn't call that fascinating.
Well, as you know, she wasn't exactly catatonic. We kept her sedated.
I'm not
Right,
sure that we know
she
that.
had outbursts.
Okay.
Yes, and we had to sedate her heavily to keep her calm, especially in preparation for your visits.
What are you trying to say?
Miss Blackwell, we are not a nursing home. We're not content to merely keep a patient comfortable. We are, after all, in the healing profession.
Doesn't
We
feel
were
like you're
trying
batting
to heal
1,000 here.
And to do that, we had to speak to her.
Wait, you spoke to Auntie.
We tried to.
Did she answer back?
After a fashion, yes.
What does that mean in this context, after a fashion?
If Auntie spoke, why wasn't I told?
Miss Blackwell, do you remember what brought your aunt here in the first place?
An ambulance, why do you ask?
Her hitting herself?
I was only 5 years old at the time, but I kind of remember.
In order to prevent her from doing harm to herself or to others, we were forced to sedate her. When we limited her medication, she simply reverted to her former state. Her natural state, I'm sorry to add.
What did Auntie say?
Nothing that made any sense. But one thing was clear. She was in great pain.
Pain? What kind of pain?
It's difficult to say, but it was
Like a really
immense.
long medical
How
term. Give me a
immense?
moment.
When we reduced her medication, the transformation was dramatic. Her eyes flew open.
Autobot
She
or
flashed.
Decepticon?
Her screams. Well, we had to gag her eventually.
Decepticon.
I know.
Did she still feel it when she was sedated?
We don't know. There's no way of knowing.
25 years.
I know.
Poor Auntie.
Yeah, I'm really confused. Like, I legitimately at this point in this game, I feel like we have like a lot of cause for all those paranoid responses. Everyone's acting completely unhinged. Like, I have no idea why that guy feels like he can gatekeep us out of our actual home. Like, that's pretty preposterous. Now we come here and he's like, my entire staff has been stalking you, and we all thought that was normal because you wouldn't just like tell us your whole life story. And like doesn't really explain like why they wanted to know. It doesn't even seem like they necessarily asked. It just kind of sounds like she didn't like open up and tell them everything unprovoked. But then he like starts talking about like, I want to talk about your aunt's condition. We're like, what was it? And he's like, bad. Next question. Like, what did you get out of that story we just heard? It's basically like, yeah, she was kind of a threat to herself, so we kept her sedated, except when we didn't. And then we were alarmed that she was like still kind of dangerous, which is so weird considering we did nothing to cure her. Because honestly, I think you should get on a train and leave this place somewhere for normal people. I mean, again, definitely getting some Siberian Ucol vibes, but like, honestly, some part of me feels like just after that conversation with the guy at the door of our building, like we should have just been like, you know what? I give up on this home. I release it to the world that I'm just gonna go somewhere else. I don't even need that driver's license in my other pants, or frankly, my other pants.
So, I had a grandmother.
Apparently so.
How do you know about her?
It was
Apparently
in large
so.
cases
You're not a
the one she
clone.
brought to us. Patricia Blackwell's symptoms were the same, word for word. Patricia's
That's not-
case was severe, and she was young, but it was chalked up to being an ordinary case of dementia.
Until it struck her daughter.
Until 20 years later, when it struck her daughter, yes.
It seems impossible.
Perhaps it's genetic, but we've detected no abnormality.
Tell me the future, soothsayer.
So what should I do?
Right now, nothing. This type of thing is unprecedented.
You should probably go
There's no
straight home and
procedure to
rest.
it, or no medication I can give you. I just want you to be aware.
I could sedate you for no
You can
reason.
Talk to me if
Seem to do nothing for your aunt.
there's any concern.
Ask about links. This was 2006, so the internet was in relative infancy. I wonder what links we'll get.
Couldn't find any other link between the two cases.
None, aside from the family connection. And a name.
A name? What name?
The documentation we had on your grandmother is minimal, but there was one interesting item noted. During her more lucid moments, she uttered the name Joey. Your aunt, too, would cry out that name on occasion.
Joey?
Yes.
Who's
She was a
Joey?
big fan of
We've been
Friends, which
wondering
was
the same
airing at
thing
this
for
time.
25 years.
Actually, what year did Friends air? I mean, it I think it started in 99 and ran for like 7 years, so this might have been around the time the finale happened. I think Google existed in 2006. I didn't say it was like brand new. I said relative infancy. Like YouTube came out in 2006, 2007. I don't think it was as early as 2005, but it was around there. Imagine if it was just a PowerPoint for yeah, that'd be great. Ask about links, and we're like, hey, do you have any like cool "You're the Man Now Dog" cat gifts? It's 2006 after all.
Is there anything else you need to tell me before I go?
Your aunt had some personal effects in storage.
Is one of them a
As the
knife
next of
or
kin,
my ID for
you're
some
the
reason?
beneficiary. It's just a folder, some documents and so on. It's being sent to your address via
Is it the
messenger.
title to
Oh,
my
well,
godforsaken
thanks for
car?
It's no problem.
Not that I'm mad,
Goodbye,
because I'm
Mr.
furious.
My schedule is fairly open now, so feel free to drop in anytime.
That's such an alarming
Always
thing to
happy
say.
Discuss my favorite patient.
Sure.
That's also an alarming thing to say. I just want to point out that two very alarming things were just said. He's like, now I basically have nothing but time since your aunt died, because I guess my entire career was studying your aunt, for whom I did nothing medically. And then he's like, yeah, she was my favorite patient. I'm like, I suddenly suspect you of crimes. Like, you were completely fascinated with her and then stalking her niece. Like, I think you're actually a creep, my dude. Can I have
Not
the what
stealing
floor
stuff from the
sign?
hospital.
No, I'm just gonna borrow it for a while and use it to solve a puzzle or something. Does this guy have the folder? Did he say where to get the folder?
Did you have contact with Lauren Blackwell while she was here?
Nope. Doesn't ring a bell. She was in temporary care?
No, she was in
Temporary
long-term.
care?
That's a whole different floor. This is the floor for temp patients.
I
Then
see.
why is her doctor on this floor? Because she feels lousy with the headache and isn't sure what to eat. Any suggestions? Peanut butter candy cakes. I'm sure they don't have them in the UK, but they might make you feel better. They probably won't. They could. Ask about the temporary ward,
So
I
what
guess.
exactly happens here on the temporary ward?
It's just that. Temporary. Most insurance plans only cover a 2-week stay, so this floor is designed for a high turnover rate. That's why the
What?
doctor's
I
office
can't
is
hear
usually
you.
down here. They need to be on hand when new patients arrive.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
I like the notion he's like, it's a temporary floor, so it's exactly that. A floor that's only open for a few months and then it ceases to exist. I don't know, Neko, what food do you have available? It's some preposterous time in the morning, so I assume you can't get anything delivered or go to a market. I'd be happy if you had purple Jaffa cake bars. What flavor is purple? Regular ones are like orange flavored, right? Like orange and chocolate or something? Did I get... I have fewer inventory items now than when I came in here. That doesn't even make sense.
Whoa! Hold on there. You want?
Wasn't I supposed to get my aunt's effects? Where do I do that? Did I miss? I don't feel like he told me where to do that, did he? Did I miss that? Did I miss that by being angry or snarky? Which are the only modes I currently have access to?
You need a key to open it.
They're still orange flavored, but the cake is purple colored and the packaging has Day of the Dead motifs. Is it made with ceremonial bread? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not convinced that there's anything to do now, which is sort of an issue. I'm stuck to my chair. Can I steal his radio?
I don't think so.
Demolition, can you just confirm whether or not the next thing to do is to get that folder that was alluded to? Because, like, I feel like that man should have just given it to me, or I should have the ability to go to a floor where I can get it. Because this guy doesn't seem to give it to me, and I don't... It's not? Okay, then I guess I'm going to leave this wretched place? Well, I suppose... Can I
don't have anyone to call.
I don't have anyone to call, never mind. I should figure out that guy's phone number and then tell him to go to the temporary ward and then hope that the temporary ward ceases to exist while he's in it. And then I can get in the apartment. I mean, seeing as I have, like, none inventory items is pretty rough to, like, imagine accomplishing anything. I did see the photo you shared on Discord, Neko, about the,
Oh, for heaven's sake. Don't worry, Moti.
I think I just solved that completely accidentally. I don't think that's deterministic. I think that just whoopsied into being.
There, all better. I can't take you anywhere, can I? Oh, it's you. The lady next door.
Yeah, hi.
Rhonda, isn't it?
No, Rosangela.
Close enough, my name is stupid.
Rosangela. I hope my friend here hasn't been giving you any trouble.
Nah, your dog's chill. Compliment the pooch.
That's a cute dog you've got.
Smile. Are you me trying to appeal to humans?
Have taken a shine to you.
Oh, great.
Anyway, I don't think we've formally met. I'm Nishanti.
Rosangela.
So you said.
Oh, right.
Yes?
I have a strange favor to ask.
Go ahead and ask. What are neighbors for?
You know that building servicemen strike?
Yes. Jim Berto is covering, isn't he?
Yeah, he sucks and he hates me.
He doesn't recognize me.
Oh, so you need me to vouch for you?
Yeah, I know this is pretty stupid.
Don't worry about it. Moti is getting a little cranky anyway. Let's get you home.
Thanks.
I'm glad we accidentally solved that puzzle. That seems insanely ridiculous. I can't imagine how long it would have taken me to deliberately lead the dog around the lamppost and hope that would be so annoying it would cause her to stop playing music. That I don't think I would have gotten there.
Hello, Jim.
Hey, Miss Sharma.
Jim, this is Rosangela. She lives here.
He does? Okay. Sorry about earlier. Had to be sure.
Quick, kill him, knife. Ooh. See, I don't think sarcasm will work on him because he's too, like, jaded. Angry is reasonable. Is it more annoying to be overtly nice? This does work on some people. I used to have, like, a really awful radio station contact who would just be, like, openly hostile towards me every time I had to call him, which was a lot because he never did what he was supposed to do. And, I just realized that by being as polite and professional as possible, it made him, like, 3 times as mad. So I was always, like, super cool to him. And it made him furious. I kind of want to see if that'll work.
Oh, it was no problem at all. Do
That
you want anything else?
Not
No,
even
orange juice
remotely
perhaps.
close to a syrupy
Never
response.
mind. Just get out of
That's
my
not
way.
what that was at all. That was just
Well,
hostile.
here we are.
Yes. Finally. That stupid kid.
Well, perhaps. But try not to be so hard on him. We're all neighbors after all.
Yeah, I guess.
Looks like somebody's hungry. I
Yeah, me.
Spoiled puppy fed. Feel free to drop in any time you want.
Like an Argentinian man? I don't know. For some reason, I'm driven to the surprised response. I feel like it's the most upsetting.
Really?
Yes, really. I know we New Yorkers don't usually talk to our neighbors, but who cares?
If that's true, then why does Gilberto feel like he knows everything?
Especially when you live alone. I've got Moti. Who do you have?
My super alive aunt. Don't worry about it. These are all amazing options. Get defensive, give the silent treatment, try to make a joke. I like that it's not make a joke, but try to make a joke, with the implication that we definitely won't succeed at making a joke. Like it's like just 100% gonna backfire and be bad. Which I guess in turn makes me want to choose that option. Although, frankly, I feel like, I don't know, they're all so good. Does anyone have a preference? I'm spoiled for choice. That's what you did to an old manager when you worked at Noodles, is be too polite. And she quit 2 months later. Was that directly as a result of you doing that, or just a coincidence because she was bad?
Oh, I have 3 great roommates.
Oh?
Yes.
Me, myself,
their
and I?
names are me, myself, and I.
Sick burn. Oh, man. I think it's my goal in life to make her make that face as often as possible.
Funny. I'm sure you're fine. Although your episode in the park tells me otherwise.
No, I'm
And
very
your
chill and
eyes.
fine.
Well, let's just say the offer stands.
Sure.
You go home now. We'll see each other soon, Rosangela, I'm sure.
Hey,
Yes?
you can call me Rosa, if you like. Rosangela's kind of a mouthful, you know?
It's a stupid made-up name.
All right, Rosa. You have a good day now.
I like how she sounded like she was put out by doing that. Like, sure, I guess I can remember Rosa instead. I've already committed memory to your stupid name. I can't just take the fire extinguisher, go downstairs, and hit Gilberto over the head with it?
Home. Thank God.
It sounds like
Never
I'm
been so happy
beatboxing.
to see a 500 square foot room in my life.
I'm giving it a hard time, but overall I've been enjoying the music.
Griff
Bear!
is fine where he is. That's Griff, the PI bear. I've had him as long as
Yes,
I can
he
remember.
is.
He's in horrible shape, but I don't have the heart to throw him away.
There we go, we got the smile in addition to meeting the bear. I feel like there should be an achievement for that.
It's a
Ooh, look at
photograph of
that.
Auntie Lauren and me.
Auntie also makes that uncomfortable face. And we had the bear back then. What a good bear. I'm almost surprised we didn't go to the trouble of putting, like, the Twin Towers in this photo for, like, maximum discomfort.
No, I used to talk to this picture when I was a little girl, but not anymore.
Wow, that bassline's going a little hard, huh? Hold on, I'm gonna turn this back down a little bit. That's kind of intense. We split the difference a little at 25% of max volume. Balance ain't the best. No, don't you want like a rough mumble of the story dialogue and then? Is that not your desire?
It's me. I look scared out of my mind. I don't remember when this picture was taken, but I look about 4 or 5 years old. Auntie Lauren, she took care of me after my parents died. For most of my life, Auntie Lauren was a vegetable, slowly rotting away in a hospital bed. I don't remember what she was like before that. This picture is all I have to go by.
Oh, I don't want to see this. I want to see this link you sent me. Don't break anything, please. Oh, I see. The Day of the Dead motif. 5 zesty orange cake bars. You say you can get... Oh, don't open a whole window. Don't do that. Ah, jeez. You say you can get 100 packs? So you can get 500 of them for £20? God, those sure sound, in principle, like candy cakes. They were like 2 boxes for $5 a while back. And I think by a while back, I mean a week ago. God, I hate being alive. Okay, I think I'm done looking at this photo. Fake plant.
I don't
Take
need
fake
to
plant?
touch it. I know these plants are fake. It's fake, but kind of pretty.
I like the cabinets are a single uniform hitbox.
Out of sight, out of mind. There's nothing in these cabinets I want right now.
Well, you won't know if you don't try.
Look, why bother when every Chinese restaurant in the area delivers?
Neko, if they're prepackaged, why would they go stale? Isn't the point of packaging those sorts of things to not have them go stale? Generally speaking? I can't take the centerpiece either, huh?
They're fine where they are. Just some old book review clippings.
Oh, hang on. Something of actual importance?
Looks like it's from Bellevue.
Oh, they decided to mail that thing to my apartment that they could have just handed me? God, this really is making me think of my car title in like the worst possible way. I've been dealing with this for like 3 weeks, and it's one of the worst things I've ever had to do in my life, and it makes me so upset. I literally am starting to have health complications from it. I think I've been developing like heart palpitations from the level of anxiety that trying to get my car title transferred has been causing me. Dear Lauren, you have been at NYU for 2 weeks now and have not called. I am sure things are busy in the Big Apple, but don't forget the family you left behind. No, I scattered my aunt this morning. We're cool. Things back home are well. Jack starts high school on Monday, so he's a bit nervous. You know how he gets. Be sure to write him a letter. He misses his big sister. Were people writing letters in 2006? I feel like we mostly weren't doing that then. I admit I'm still a bit nervous about your living in New York City all by yourself. You are carrying ID with you when you go out, like I asked. Okay, now that's a little embarrassing, to be honest. Now, I'll be honest that in a city, if I'm going to leave my house, I pretty much always have my ID unless there's some bizarre emergency. I feel like if I was going out to scatter my aunt's ashes on a bridge, I'd have my keys and ID with me for sure. You know me, just being a mom, somebody has to. Keep your head on straight, kid. As your dad would say, he was really concerned about how straight your head was. And remember that you have family back home that misses you. Love you, Mom and Dad and Jack. This is page 2 of 25, by the way. Hello, hang on. This is dated October 17th, 1960. This is also dated 1960. Okay. Fair enough. Oh yeah, this is addressed to Lauren. Okay, I got twisted. That's on me. So this is our mom and her. Now hang on, who's Jacko? Which one's Jacko? Jack is the brother. Jack is. No, hang on. No, Jack is. So Lauren is our aunt. So Jack is our brother? Is the son of our mom, who is not Lauren, but is Lauren's sister? No, wait, this says sis. So they're all 3 are siblings? No one, did anyone mention Jack before the letters? There's a lot of subtext I meant to pick up from like 4-paragraph letters. Hello, sis. I'm writing this on my new St. Clair Model 15 in Roman numerals. Mom says that improving my handwriting is a lost cause, so she got me this. Keen, huh? Sorry, dated 1960 and not like 1943? Anyway, I've already typed up a few stories on it, and this letter can't type for long, because Dad says that the noise drives him up the friggin' wall. What does he know? So how is life in the big bad city? Troy, whoever this new person is dead boring as usual. Why'd you have to go to college, huh? There's nobody to talk to in this dump anymore. See you at Thanksgiving, signed Jacko. Dear Lauren, well, Thanksgiving time has come and gone. Just to give you a sense of the time passing in these letters, it is a very natural way to open this letter from the first time after I saw you at Thanksgiving. In just 2 short months, I've already seen you evolving into a capable young woman. You have outgrown this small town, Lauren. That much is obvious. Jack will be following in your footsteps soon, I'm sure. Visiting you in New York is all he talks about. Speaking of Jack, I know you are worried about him. We all are, but don't feel that is your responsibility. You are his sister, and you love him. That feels weird to say, doesn't it? Don't worry about it. I've declared that you love your brother, and thus all is fine. He's got to learn to live without you eventually. You are growing up. Let him grow up too. Till Christmas, love, Mom and Dad and Jack. Okay. So, the letters are from her mom and Jack. Where is our mom in this? Isn't our mom supposed to be related to the aunt? I might be too stupid to play this game. At the very least today. Lauren, can you keep a secret? This is September 16th, 1961. That's actually a pretty big gap. That's like 9 months later. Can you keep a secret? I don't want to say this over the phone in case Mom or... Over here. Mom's been acting odd lately. It started a few days after you went back to New York. She was dragging me shopping when suddenly she screamed and fainted. She's pointing at the corner of the room, but there was nothing there. We brought her to the hospital, and she says she's fine now, but she's very on edge and paranoid. It's hard to explain. Dad's no help. Can you call and try to cheer her up? I love that it says over. I assume this is for our benefit and not the purpose of the letter, but I just think it's really funny that, like, Jack was concerned that, like, we would see a sentence not finished here and assume that he pulled a Castle Arg. You try to cheer her up, she won't listen to me. Just don't tell her about this letter. I hope she's okay, Jacko. Who is unironically signing their letters Jacko? November 13th, 1961. Lauren, you seemed concerned after your last phone call. I wanted to write and reassure you that everything is fine. Let us know when you're coming home again for Thanksgiving. Well, I mean, for Thanksgiving.
That's
next question.
Forever.
With love, Mom and Dad and Jack. December 8th, 1961. Mom's getting worse. You said it best during Thanksgiving. I love how much they, like... It's really important to them to always give a frame of reference for when Thanksgiving is, both before and after. Like, the only time that matters for the family is Thanksgiving. Although, saying that out loud, I imagine for, like, a lot of American families, that is probably true, huh? It's like somebody's watching over her shoulder. Paranoia. You thought you were doing something real clever there, huh, Jacko? She sits by herself for hours, pretending to read when it's obvious she isn't. Lately, she's been covering her ears as if to keep out a sound and closing her eyes tight. Dad's losing patience with her. He's convinced she's lost her mind, and I'm starting to agree. She refuses to get any kind of help. Why can't she see that there's a problem? This isn't normal. Over. Oh, now it's a walkie-talkie, huh? Not normal at all. Why can't she see that? I hate to admit it, but I'm kind of scared. Scared for her. I don't know what to do. I mean, isn't kind of one of the hallmarks of, like, a severe mental illness that you are probably unable to make a determination on your own about whether or not you're experiencing, like, a severe mental illness? Lauren, it has a name! Is it, like, Cthulhu or something? Mom locked herself in the bathroom this morning. She sounded like she was talking to herself in there. Well, not to herself. It was like there was somebody else there. But there wasn't. I listened. I couldn't understand it, but she did say the name Joey. I asked her later who Joey was, and she got really scared. And then she got angry and said, if you know what's good for you, you'll never mention that name again. This could be the key that should have been in your pocket, the key to open your apartment, Kuzco's apartment key. If we find out who Joey is, maybe we can save her. Unironically, oh no wait, now it's Jack. He grew up. He's not Jacko anymore. The trauma of his family dealing with mental illness caused him to grow up enough to stop calling himself Jacko. March 16th, 1962. Well, it's done. The final papers have been signed. It hurt a lot, but it had to be done. Mom has now been committed to a mental ward. I have to say I'm relieved. I know how you feel about it, but you weren't there. You didn't come home to see her screaming and tearing her hair out, running around the house, knocking everything in her way. Cuts were all over her face and the house was practically destroyed. I was so shocked I just closed the door and waited outside for Dad to come home. That's very much the energy of Homer Simpson backing away into the bushes and ceasing to exist. It was awful. She clawed at his face, over, and drew blood. It will haunt my dreams for the rest of my life. Thanks for coming out, Lauren. I don't think Dad and I could have handled it on our own, despite the fact that I just said we had to do it for a long time. She kind of drained us, you know. I can come to New York. Can I come to New York and visit? I need to get away for a while. Still Jack. Just Jack. May 17th, 1965. Congratulations! Summa cum laude. I always knew you were a smarty pants, sis. Now you've got the documentation to prove it. Thanks again for letting me stay at your place for the weekend. It's just like old times, except you weren't smoking then. New York is an amazing city, and Columbia has a great campus. I can't wait to move down there in September, which is before Thanksgiving, incidentally. But until then, I've got to deal with our grumpy old man. He's insufferable as always. Ever since Mom, he's been hard to talk to, and very hard on me, over. I should tell him you're smoking now. Maybe then he'll concentrate on you for once. See you again soon, Just Jack. We are halfway through, sort of, the documentation. Television says, this really could use the sensitivity trader in discussion with others to go through this. I mean, just as a reminder, 2006, and I know that we're still not in, like, a particularly good place as a society about, like, discussing or dealing with mental health, but we have come a long way since 2006. Nico says she heard that her brother wants to come over at Thanksgiving because he's heard that I always make food for it. The idea was to celebrate my American friends rather than start an actual Thanksgiving. Oh, does that mean that you're going to have a Thanksgiving and have a member of your family over, which is sufficient for it to be a full-fledged Thanksgiving? Then you can start writing letters to your brother indicating the passage of time before, during, and after Thanksgiving. I think it is important to write him a letter on Thanksgiving Day just to make sure that everyone is clear when Thanksgiving is in relation to now, chronologically speaking. October 16th, 1967. It's happened, Lauren, just like you eventually said it would. What? What a weird thing. I understand the sentiment, but that's such a weird way of saying that. It happened like you eventually said it would. I'm in love. Her name is Maria. She is from Italy, and we met in statistics class. She asked if she could copy my notes because her hand was tired. What? We ended up having lunch, and we've been inseparable ever since. She's incredible. She's got the most amazing red hair, and I want you to meet her. I'll come by soon, Just Jack. Lauren, are you all right? Ever since Mom's funeral, you've been hard to reach. I know it's been hard on us, but it's been 6 months. A whole Thanksgiving has passed. I tried calling, but you never answer. I came by the other day, but you didn't open the door. I knew you were there, Lauren. I could hear you. I risked using the spare key you gave me, but you changed the lock. Come for dinner on Christmas Eve. That's after Thanksgiving, incidentally. Maria is a great cook. We won't ask any questions. Just come. Mom might be gone, but we're still here. I miss my big sister. Still Jack. Lauren, who is Joey? I went over last week to give you a Christmas gift. You didn't answer the door, but I heard you talking to somebody named Joey. Is it a boyfriend? Are you seeing a man named Joey? Is that why you've dropped off the map, or is it something else? I'm starting to feel like Jonathan Frakes is interrogating me. Just who is Elmo P. Middleton? I don't think I need to tell you what. Is it something else? I don't think I need to tell you what. Nope, that doesn't track for me, even in the context of this paragraph. I don't quite get... Is the implication that he's suspicious of, like, domestic violence? That just feels like a weird way to say that. Joey is a baby kangaroo, but that's not important right now. Nico says she's mainly listening and not sure if the letters are genuinely going on this much about Thanksgiving. Why would I embellish? They're very obsessed with Thanksgiving. For God's sake, talk to me, Jack. February 13th, 1971. Lauren, I know you're annoyed, but I'm not sorry. I didn't want to do it, but you left me no choice. Hiring a private detective to follow you was the only option left. He told me some odd things. You won't talk to me, but you'll talk to total strangers. You'll go to every far corner of the city at the strangest hours. And you'll talk to yourself when you think you're alone. Don't deny it, he heard it, and so did I. Not that any of it made any sense. That alone is disturbing. Over. Enough. But then he saw you collapse. You were all alone in some obscure park in the Bronx, and you just fainted. He was about to call an ambulance, and they saw you get up again and walk off like nothing happened. You're always there for me growing up. Don't shut me out, sis. Let me be there for you now. Thanksgiving is coming up again. Thanksgiving is coming. Please, Thanksgiving. Think of Thanksgiving. Jack.
Jacko, please stay away and don't worry about me. There are things that need to be done, and I'm the only one who can do them. Don't ask me to explain. All I can say is that I understand our mother more than ever. She was never crazy, Jacko. Trust me on this and take some comfort in it. You've grown up and grown tough. You don't need anyone to fight your battles anymore. You don't need me. But I'll always be your big sister. Lauren, not Jack. Sorry I missed several Thanksgivings.
April 15th, 1973. I'm returning to your letter because I refuse to accept it. No, you don't need to fight my battles. I'm not 14 years old anymore. But we are still family, and that's important, just like breakfast. Especially now that Dad has died. Look, you obviously have something going on, and that's fine. I don't have to be involved if you don't want me to, but I still want you involved in my life. Maria and I are getting married in November. I haven't been paying that close attention to the dates, but that feels like that took a while. You are coming. No stupid excuses. Jack. Greetings from Greece. If there were any words to describe the beauty of this place, it still wouldn't do it justice. A perfect spot for a honeymoon. Things have been busy, as you can imagine, but I wanted to quickly write to say that I'm glad you made the wedding. Of course, I'm still worried about you, but somebody has to be. You take care and stay in touch. Maria says hi. She has red hair. Happy Thanksgiving! It's actually basically Thanksgiving. It's November 24th.
There are some pictures stuck to the back of this letter.
March 31st, 1976. Dear Aunt Lauren. Yes, Aunt Lauren. You're an aunt. I'm a dad. Maria gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. We named her Rosangela because we hate her. After Maria's grandmother, who we also hate. She's so quiet, she hardly cries at all. I'm all set to spoil her rotten, but Maria says to take it easy. There are many Thanksgivings to come. She looks just like her mother, and there's a bit of you in her eyes too. And Mom and Dad. And everyone else we've ever known. Her eyes are consuming everything. Run away. Don't make direct eye contact. Flee. Run for your life. Everything our family was or will be, that child is it. Life is changing so fast. I just want to hold on to this tiny creature and never let go. The future is an exciting place, and I have everything I could ever want over. My dead body. I don't want anything to change ever. Signed, Jack. The law offices of Durkin and Goldberg, April 21st, 1981. Dear Miss Blackwell, it is indeed within your legal rights to take custody of your 5-year-old niece. With the death of her parents, you are her only living relative. Please contact our office and we will start the necessary paperwork. Sincerely, John Durkin. John Durkin. Thanksgiving. I did it. John Duncan, the inventor of donuts. Yeah, I think it's, clearly this looks more like an N. I think it's a typo here. Now, it said there were photos. Okay, they got added to my pocketbook. Let me answer that phone. It's loud.
Hello?
Rosangelina, hi.
Hi, Bob.
Thanks so much for submitting your last review on time. For once.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob.
I've got a little assignment for you today.
Assignment.
Human interest, Blackwell. Suicide. College
What?
girl named Joanne Sherman.
That's
How is that a
awful.
human
You
interest?
know the Brittany house, the NYU dorm?
Yes, but
Speak to some people on her floor. Get a word in with the roommate.
listen.
Speak to the RA too, and hey, see if you can score a picture of the girl.
But I don't do that stuff.
That's
I write
goofed
book
up.
reviews.
Versatility. Time to get out of your comfort zone. German
That's not how
City
stuff
officer in
works.
that strike, so you are in. Get cracking.
Oh my god.
I
Stop.
hate him so much.
Stop
Is
trying to make this
freelancing for
strike
that
happen.
Stupid paper even worth it? I guess it keeps me writing, but oh whatever. I'll just go over there and get it done. It's not like I don't have enough death in my life right now.
I'm sorry. That's not making it any better, is
This
it?
isn't a bad thing. It's like being a real reporter, sort of.
It's the picture of Thanksgiving. I assume it is. Oh, good. I added my handy dandy notebook to my inventory. Rosangela's notebook. You can now use Rosa's notebook. Please just pick one name and stick with it, thank you. To access the notebook, move the cursor to the top of the screen to activate the inventory bar, and then click notes, but so help you God if you try to use an inventory item like any other video game. Instead of sneeze or beatboxing. When you have to ask, you know you've done the beatboxing right. I also appreciated your observation somewhere in there, Devilish. And Jack, I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Alright, I should probably check those photos. Well, it's a wedding that could have happened on Thanksgiving. One of the wedding-related notices was around Thanksgiving. It's possible.
He's talking way too long, and none of it sounds true at all.
I appreciate you waiting until the very end for that, but yes, that's entirely fair.
That's definitely Auntie Lauren. She's looking at something off camera. I wonder what it was. Is that my dad? He looks so young. I always pictured my dad as being older.
It's a weird observation, because, like, he also wasn't a clone. Does whoever wrote the script for this game not understand that typically a person exists at, like, all ages? Like, I thought it was weird when our aunt's doctor said, like, yeah, apparently you had a grandmother. Like, no, like, biologically you had a grandmother. She may have died before you were born or something weird like that, but you had a grandmother.
I don't want to ruin the picture.
What?
I don't want to ruin the picture.
Oh, it's assuming I want to touch
I
it.
assume that's my mother. She sort of looks like me, I guess. Other than that, she's a total stranger.
She's almost making that goofy face that you do. I was hoping I could add the photo of a knife to my inventory.
That's definitely Auntie Lauren. She's I wonder...
Christmas photograph? That's not Thanksgiving.
Giraffe.
Wait, why can't I, like, observe this one the way I could look at the other one? Giraffe. Because of the sweater? This is so weird. Like, the other one, I could, like, look at the people in it. I can't, like, interact with this at all. Oh, Auntie was looking at... Yeah, that makes sense. If I was at a wedding and I just saw a giraffe, I would definitely be distracted by it. Alright, I don't know what the deal with that photo is. The other one feels like it's probably more important. Using the notebook, Rosangela will write down various clues during her adventure. To get more information about a clue, move the cursor over it. Move the mouse cursor over to it and then... Oh, that's right! This game uses that, like, notebook system that, like, what is that game called? Laura Bow uses? Or something very similar to that? Hags didn't spring for giraffes at his wedding? That's a bummer.
Fine where they are.
They are expensive, though.
Just some old book review clippings.
This game probably predates the idea of, like, a bar to tell you where all the hot spots are.
Filled with crumpled up novel ideas. That leads to my bedroom. It's an oversized closet, but it suits me fine.
I can't interact with the lava lamp. Oh, a DVD collection! Be still my beating
I must have
heart!
watched all these a dozen times. I'm not up for watching a movie. Besides, I've seen all of them a dozen times. I'm not ready for bed. That leads to my bedroom. It's an oversized closet, but it suits me fine.
Ooh, that's a great question. Lava lamp or sundae? I mean, regardless, I feel like I should be able to eat it, and regardless, I'm disappointed that I can't. God, I can't even check my calendar. And I don't think I could pet the dog before. What kind of game is this?
It's a bit old, but it lets me access the internet and do my writing.
Take the computer with you. Oh no, left click instead of trying to pick it up actually interacts now, inexplicably. These are some weird options. Write your article or do some writing or do some research or turn off the computer. Obviously turn off the computer, I understand. But why are write your article and do some writing different? I mean, I understand that she wants to be like a novel writer and is doing newspaper writing to get by or whatever, but like, mechanically speaking, I don't think there's any chance that we're both trying to write an article and write our novel before the game ends.
No mention of Joanne's suicide yet. If it just happened this morning, I doubt that anyone would have published it yet.
Do not eat lava lamps? Why not? Are you jealous?
I am I'm just feeling so uninspired today. Maybe tomorrow I'll feel up to it. But
Is that
today,
because you
it's just
scattered
not
your
happening.
aunt to the winds and then had to like talk to your neighbors multiple times? I hate when both those things happen.
I don't think I have enough information to write a full article. I should see what else I can discover. At
It
the
would
very
actually be
least, I
kind
should
of
try and
funny.
find a picture.
It would actually be really funny to me if there was like an adventure game sort of in the style of like Lamplight City where you could sort of end those cases whenever you wanted. You could just like arbitrarily declare that you didn't have enough evidence to close any of those cases and just progress. It'd be funny if you like had a game where you worked as a reporter and could just like get assigned the job and then like declare that you were writing the article, and then just it turned out like Chopin Facts and Eternal Sonata where you're like, I don't know, it's possible that Joanne was a student at NYU and maybe she was driven to suicide because someone refused to let her drink a lava lamp. I guess I'm going to what I presume is the fourth and maybe final location of the game. This game is only supposed to be like 4.5 hours, but at the rate I'm going, this will be like all of October. Can I bother the neighbor?
Come in.
Saw a toxicology video that discussed a case where a man drank his lava lamp. And, Neko?
Hello, Rosa. Come in, come in. Don't mind the pooch, he's harmless.
And then it just kills us. Just attacks.
Hey, boy. Hi.
Greeting.
Dog?
His name is Moti.
Right. Moti. See,
Right, Moti the dog.
Let me guess, you're hungry again? Go get it.
I mean, it feels like these are treats over here. She just spawned one in our hands like a wizard. The transition to the kitchen is kind of crude. I want to make a joke and then leave without any further
I
talk.
was just, in the neighborhood. So I thought I'd drop by.
Yeah, she made the
Sure,
face.
anytime.
Okay, I'm gonna leave
Well,
now.
I'd better go.
Take care, Ro. Come back when...
I was just in the neighborhood. Get it? Okay, I'm leaving. Don't talk to me. Oh, hang on. I can't go to the park anymore. But I can. Is this a Flatiron building?
Ugh. I feel like hell, and I have to interview college kids. Hopefully,
Those might
this
be
won't take
related.
Too long. I'm not stealing stuff from college kids. Just a bunch of notices, guitar lessons, study groups, stuff like that.
I really hope that by the end of this game we get to experience like 6 Thanksgivings.
Ew, there's gum stuck to the faucet. I'm not touching that. There's nobody home.
Ah, Joanne and Kelly's door. Maybe Joanne will answer.
Yeah?
I like announce yourself. It sounds like I'm going to like a royal ball and someone is like heralding my entrance. Hear ye, all stand for Rosangela.
Hi, I'm Rosangela Blackwell.
Am I supposed to know you?
No, I'm with the Village Eye.
The village what?
The Village Eye, the newspaper.
I've never heard of it.
Did you develop an accent in just that last line of dialogue? The professional thing to do would be to move on. The funnier thing to do is to try and make my podunk newspaper seem really important.
It's for sale in the stand just outside your dorm. You must have seen it.
Well, I haven't. What do you want?
I'd like to talk to you about your roommate, if that's all right.
Jesus Christ. I'm busy with midterms. I told the campus police everything. Do you have to bother me?
Look,
So she killed herself. Big whoop. Why is that my problem?
I mean, very relatable, I guess? Isn't it? I don't know if this is like one of those urban legend things, but like, I kind of was under the impression that like it was common practice that you get sort of like an exemption from major tests if your roommate commits suicide on account of the grieving and the trauma and the whatnot. I honestly don't know if this is the type of game where like you can give a wrong answer and then, like, not be able to talk to them again? I don't think it is. I think this game sort of predates those things starting to become popular. I mean, again, I think the smart thing to do would be to try and show understanding, which my interpretation would be relate to her on the level of being frustrated about her super inconsiderate roommate offing herself while this poor girl is trying to study for midterms. Instead, I think I'm just going to make an observation. I feel like with Rosa, I expect that to go over well.
So you and Joanne weren't close.
Brilliant deduction, Sherlock. Can you go away?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to probe.
You don't care? Not even a little bit?
No, I don't. Why the hell should I? For that matter, why should you?
Remain steadfast? No, I definitely don't care about that. Not enough to, like, start a fight with this woman who I'm, like, trying to get information from. I feel like apologize and backpedal are functionally very similar. I think with someone like her, I expect the backpedal to work slightly better, but they're basically interchangeable.
Never mind. Forget it.
Yeah, right.
Let's make a deal.
Just tell me a little bit about Joanne and I'll leave. Please.
Yeah, I got the face again.
You want to know about Joanne? She's dead. She couldn't take the pressure, so she jumped off the roof.
Did Joanne act unusual before she died?
Nope. Same old Joanne. Studied at her desk all day and slept all night, as usual. Quiet as a little mouse.
Sweet, let's ask her several questions. Do you have a photograph?
Do you have a photograph of Joanne that we could use for the newspaper?
You want a what?
Just a photograph. You'll get it right back.
Yeah, right. You think I'm giving you anything? Think again.
This reminds me of Gemini Rue. I know I've seen Gemini Rue. I don't exactly remember what its vibe is. Anyway, hello, Mr. Generic Name. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? We are playing Blackwell Legacy, which is an adventure game from 2006, hence the 4x3 aspect ratio show. You're welcome. Basically to catch you up to speed, because I've accomplished very little other than rambling about Thanksgiving, see the VOD if you're interested, is that we are Rosangela, and our aunt just died after like 25 years of being committed to a mental hospital, and someone tried to like lock us out of our own apartment building, and after we solved some arbitrary puzzles to accomplish that task of getting back into our home, we were called by our boss to do a news story on a local college student who committed suicide, even though we do book reviews and we're not a reporter, so it's unclear why that's happening. Just got back from a comedy show. Ooh, that's exciting. Was it like just like local club vibe, or was it like a headliner? Okay, more details on drinking from the lava lamp. I believe the man who drank it was an alcoholic suffering from withdrawal. The lava lamp contained wax, indeed, kerosene, polyethylene glycol, which is antifreeze. Cool. If a large amount of these are chained together, the compound becomes a strong laxative. Neat. But a low molecular weight polyethylene glycol is a horrible toxin that metabolizes into oxalate in the liver, which reacts with calcium in the blood, which causes kidney stones forming throughout his body, blocking blood flow and causing multiple organ failure. Right, I failed to see the part where I shouldn't drink it, though, because it looks red. Henry Cho. Might be vaguely familiar with Henry Cho. That sounds kind of familiar. I mean, that's directed to me. I'm doing extremely horrible, but thank you for asking. There's just a lot going on, and most of it is bad, and I'm coping badly, and at the end of my rope, and so I'm taking it out on this game a little bit. It happens, but in fairness, the game had it coming because I don't know why they just kept talking about Thanksgiving. I appreciate the sentiment, Mr. Generic Name. I hope you're well. I know I haven't been able to do anything that's not work or sleeping or, like, metaphorically crying. So yeah, haven't seen any of your recent streams. I know you started Banjo-Tooie. I hope that's a rad time. I think, did we literally ask about the suicide through the notebook? I think we sort of asked about it through the dialogue tree.
Do you have any thoughts on why Joanne would kill herself?
Nope, just another kid who couldn't hack.
Very sympathetic. Tell me about the lady.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Joanne?
No.
You don't like Tooie. Now, to be clear, do you not like the game Banjo-Tooie? Or, like, isn't Tooie also a character in Banjo-Tooie? I played less Banjo-Tooie than I have Banjo-Kazooie. I played it kind of a while ago. Like, it's essentially the only game I ever played on the Xbox One that I got. I got, like, the rare, like, reboot pack or whatever. And, yeah, I definitely found it... Like, I honestly think I would say it's significantly worse than Banjo-Kazooie. It has, like, a lot of the same elements, so it feels like it shouldn't be that far off, but, like, it just feels like a lot worse to play for some reason. I don't know. Main reason not to drink a lava lamp is that I live in America and you have to pay an incredible amount for the hospital bill. She got me there. Sebastian finally shed. That's exciting. I saw like a YouTube short, I think, today of someone grabbing Burmese pythons. Fun fact, Burmese pythons they exist in southern Florida in like a prolific amount. They're considered an invasive species. I don't actually know how they got here, but I know I've seen like an entire reality show about the fact that there are people who, on like a bounty hunting basis, will go and just like catch Burmese pythons and like take them somewhere, and then the government pays them money for it. But like there was just like this video of this dude who kept just like grabbing him. He's just like yoink, because like that's the way you do it. You sort of grab by like the sides of their heads so they can't bite you. But he also kept grabbing like these little snakes along the way, and they just kept biting him over and over because he wasn't making any effort not to get bit by them. And he's like, oh, it's giving me little kisses. I'm like, this man is so very different to me in all ways. Gemini Rue the same devs. I don't know if I knew that. That makes sense. Gemini Rue is another one of those adventure games that, like, I remember a few specific parts. Like, I think there's a part where you have to, like, break into, like, a space station pretending to be a janitor or something like that. I think it's, like, close to the end. I think there's, like, something on the space station that, like, you've been building up to. Story about the Burmese python catching stories. People started breeding Burms in Florida just to sell them to the government. That sounds like America and also Florida. But yeah, I remember Gemini Rue being good, but for some reason it didn't leave a super strong impression on me in terms of like details. There's a couple, I have them on a list on my phone. I think the ones I'm thinking of, there are like two games that I saw like 10 minutes of that like I've never played and like wanted to play myself on stream. One is Techno Babylon, which is sort of like I think it's kind of like Blade Runner-y futuristic thing where you're like either like a bounty hunter or a detective or something like that. And just like, I literally know almost nothing about it, but the intro cutscene was like so good. I was like, that looks very playable. And then I think the other one's like Primordia, and at this point it's been so long since I added that to my list I don't actually remember why that looked good. But like Techno Babylon, I remember watching like there's this YouTube channel, this is a deep dive. So there's these two FMV horror games called Phantasmagoria and Phantasmagoria 2: A Puzzle of Flesh, and they each sort of star one actor prominently in their full motion videos, so they're like live acting on like a lot of like blue screens in order to like facilitate the video game effects. And the guy who was the lead in Phantasmagoria 2 like had some weird resurgence where like people were kind of like finding out about the kind of like kitschy game like after the fact and like enjoying it kind of ironically, but like some people were also just like appreciating it and like not having experienced it when it first came out. And like the dude made like a whole YouTube channel where now he just like plays like old adventure games and usually manages to like, I don't know how, but he like finds people who like worked on those games or like did voice acting or starred in them in some way, and then like plays the game with them, and it's like a talk show, and he's trying to play the video game, and he's not like especially good at them, but they're kind of fun. They have like a particular vibe that's not for everyone, but like I enjoyed it. And one of the reasons why Phantasmagoria 2: A Puzzle of Flesh ever became famous is this YouTuber who went by the name The Spoony One had like kind of a Rift Tracks Mystery Science Theater playthrough of it where he was playing through the game like way back in the day, maybe like 2006 or something, and you know, he was just like sort of making fun of how silly it was. It's very campy, and full motion video is always very silly. And so like eventually like the two of them like met, and it's like just this weird cognitive dissonance for me to even like acknowledge that could have happened. And then at some point the two of them played Techno Babylon, and I was like, I don't know what that game is. I'm really interested to see them play a game together. And then I saw those 5 minutes. I was like, no, I kind of want to play this myself, which is problematic because I wanted to watch this. Anyway, there's my TED Talk. I hope you enjoyed it. There's so many native snakes and reptiles in Florida. There are. I'm not thrilled about it, to be honest. See the lizard in my bathroom last week. I have not seen that lizard again since like 10 minutes before last Friday's stream. So I don't know where it is or if it's alive, but it's most likely still in the house somewhere. Worst invasive pets are unfortunately cats. They've caused many small animals to become extinct. Well, we got plenty of cats here too. It's a bit of an ecological mess. Why can't you have a bathroom lizard? It could eat the spiders. I'd honestly rather have the spiders than the lizard. That might be a hot take. Also, hi, it's Bunny. How you doing? Lord is crazy. I come to you to get animals. Yeah, I mean, if you want to experience some real wildlife, just like come to my house and like look at the back sliding glass door. You will see all of the bugs and many lizards. I do believe the cats eat lizards, not actual alligators. I don't think they win that fight. I don't know if alligators actually eat cats, but I think that might literally happen. Anyway, I should be playing this game. Your name is Kelly, right?
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Why do you want to know?
Just background info for the paper.
I don't think so.
Suit yourself.
Cool. I'm gonna make up lies about you. There's not a crime about that, is there? This is a weird thing to ask about. So your roommate had killed herself. She slept well, right?
Joanne never had trouble sleeping.
How would I know?
You lived with her.
Like I pay attention.
So Joanne was a good student.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Awesome. Great. Super glad. I think we've asked her all these questions, right?
Is there anything else you can tell me about Joanne?
No.
No. No. Next week you're traveling. Are you like officially moving next week, Ice Bunny? I know that's been sort of impending for a while. I'm gonna stop talking to this lady.
Yeah, sure.
Combining clues. Now Rosa has a number of clues in her notebook, and Rosa can combine clues together to attempt to find a connection between them. To combine notes, left-click one clue, and then left-click a second clue. Joanne is in a
My
photograph.
boss asked me to find a photograph of Joanne to put it in the paper.
Joanne died.
All I know about Joanne is that she was an NYU student who killed herself.
Kelly, her roommate slept all night.
Kelly told me that Joanne slept soundly all night.
Darmok, his arms open, or whatever.
Kelly told me that Joanne studied all day, and nothing else.
if I combine these two. Slept all night, studied all
Maybe
day.
there's a connection, but I can't see it. Could Kelly have had something to do with Joanne killing herself?
I'm not sure I have any clues that are worth combining.
There's nobody home. There's nobody home.
Oh, I was supposed to talk to the RA, that's true. This guy is definitely on his way to a rave circa 2006, for sure. This guy's kind of got a sense of authority. Let's show him my credentials.
Hi, I'm Rosangela Blackwell with the Village Eye.
Oh, this is about Joanne, isn't it?
You know her?
Well, I am the RA for this floor.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't know everybody.
Yeah.
I found her around 5 a.m. this morning.
Can you tell me about her?
Well, alright. But could you leave my name out of it?
Do I have a reason to not want to agree to that? I feel like I'm fine doing that. I mean, I know the guy said he wanted a statement from the RA, but does it have to call him out by name? Or can it just be like someone from the building or whatever? What was that, Neko? I couldn't hear you over the sound mixing in the game. I mean, the real thing is, I just don't know why it is that video games, I mean, at this point, TV is just as bad and movies aren't much better. But, like, I don't know why sound mixing is, like, the forgotten Cinderella stepchild of, like, production. It's pretty absurd. I'm just gonna agree. I don't care.
Good. Joanne's parents have already asked the dean to fire me. I don't
Cool.
need anyone else knowing who I am. What
Yeah,
do
that's
you want
fine.
to
I don't care who you are. You got a photo?
Do you have a picture of Joanne?
A picture? No. Why would I?
Just asking.
So, she died, huh?
Can you tell me anything about Joanne?
She jumped off the roof. She died instantly. It was in the middle of the night. There was no way anybody could have stopped her. Make sure you print that.
Could you tell me about Joanne again?
Well, as I said, I didn't know her socially, but she seemed nice enough. Nobody ever complained about her. She always had friends around her. She never had any trouble, as far as I know. Her suicide came as a total surprise.
The person said he did it or is covered. I agree some of his word choices are suspicious. Neko asks if the game even had sound mixing. Do you all remember... I don't remember why I bought it, or someone maybe gifted it to me. We played it on stream, though, a long time ago. It was called something like The Phantom Rose, and it was just like some kind of like forgettable roguelike game where you were like a vampire or something. But it just had this like insanely loud like ambient piano track that just like never stopped. And like I think that's the only thing anyone other than me remembers about the game at all. It was just the loud piano game. I was looking to clear some space on my hard drive, and it's still on here. I never removed it from the computer.
What can you tell me about Joanne's roommate?
Kelly? Have you met her?
Yes.
Quite a sight, huh? But don't judge her by that. She's the sharpest kid you'll ever meet. She gets straight A's on everything.
Really?
Yep, she's pre-med.
Do you know if Joanne had any trouble sleeping?
I'm afraid I wouldn't. Her roommate, Kelly, never complained, but that's not surprising.
Why is that?
Well, Kelly rarely spent the night in her room. She only comes here to study.
Nani? Oh no, Kelly, not Joanne. Okay.
Was Joanne a good student?
I don't think she had any problems, but of course, the pressure can get to anybody.
I assume this guy is Adrian.
So how did you get to be an RA of this floor?
What do you mean?
Well, it's a girl's floor, and you, well...
Aren't?
Yes.
Well, it's like this. Someone at the registrar thought Adrian was a girl's name, so here I am.
None of the girls have complained?
Not yet. They seem to prefer it. This sort of thing happens quite frequently. You'd be surprised.
I mean, misinterpreting a name that you've only seen in writing happens a lot. The man being assigned to be the RA of an all-girls floor, I feel like that's probably not super common.
You really thought you were a girl?
Yes.
They really thought you were a girl.
Yes.
They really thought you were a girl.
Yes.
Okay, if you're sure.
Well, that's all for now. Thanks for helping out.
Just remember, leave my name out of it.
Wait, did I don't think I actually asked him about Kelly sleeping elsewhere, which is a weird thing to ask
it's
about.
me.
You have more questions?
Oh, good, I made the
imagine?
face.
Yeah, is that okay?
I suppose so. What do you want to know?
It's the face is the thing that's keeping me going, I have to be
Do you
honest.
know where Kelly was sleeping?
No, it's not my place to ask.
They really thought you were a girl.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Well, that's all for. Thanks for.
Just
I'm
remember,
being really
leave my name
insufferable.
out of it.
There's nobody home.
If I just
No.
Okay, fair enough. Actually, should I
I wonder where Kelly goes to sleep at night. Wait a minute. Something isn't right. If Kelly's been spending her night somewhere else, how can she know if her roommate was sleeping well or not? I think Kelly was lying to me.
What? Kelly? Lie to you? Alright, I'm still in clue mode.
I wonder if Kelly has told me everything about the suicide. No, I don't. Yeah?
Did Kelly lie?
Your RA told me that you haven't been sleeping in your dorm.
Yes, so?
You told me that Joanne slept in her room every night.
So?
How would you know Joanne slept here if you've been sleeping somewhere else?
Huh? Oh, well, I just assumed.
Did you lie to me?
I didn't lie. I just... No, screw it. You want to talk? Fine. What do you want to know?
Do you have a
I
photograph?
could really use a photo of Joanne, if you have one.
Alright, just a sec.
I have no idea why that works.
This was
Fine,
nice.
you caught me in a lie,
It was
I'll
on
give you a
text, but She
photo.
won't be needing it anymore. Joanne's the girl on the left.
Thanks.
Sick burn. Great, now I no longer have to ask anyone for a photo ever again. How's the RA?
Can you tell me anything about Adrian?
The RA? He's okay. He helps us out when we need it, keeps out of our way when we don't. It's the way it should be.
So what was Joanne really like?
To be honest, there's nothing to say. She was studying...
She's fictional. She didn't exist.
Kinda cool, I guess. She
I
was
made her up. She's
vanilla.
beyond belief.
Vanilla?
You know, sweet, but not much there. Just a typical...
It's not really-
college kid.
whatever,
Just
that's
like
fine.
everybody else. She seemed proud of it.
No need to apologize, Ice Bunny. It's hard for me to read a block of text right now just because I'm mentally just struggling. I'm having a really bad day myself. I get the gist, though, that the move means you have to deal with your sister-in-law, and I know that that is a problem. I don't know that I have any wisdom to impart that's helpful, but I'm certainly sorry that that's happening, because I don't know how I would deal with that. It sounds absolutely terrible. I guess do your best to spend as little time as possible doing that. Just being in that space. Just look out for yourself.
Did Joanne act unusual before she died?
No. Although the last
She was
few
a
weeks she's been
werewolf.
talking in her sleep.
What did she say?
No idea. Couldn't understand.
Did she say
her.
Joey?
She swore up and down that she wasn't doing it. She looked a bit scared though.
Scared? How so?
Just scared. I didn't need the drama, so I've been sleeping at my boyfriend's place.
So you weren't here when she...
Killed herself? No, I wasn't here. Not that it would have made much of a difference. Are we done?
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Why do you want to know?
Just background info for the paper.
I don't think so.
Suit yourself.
That's all the
Thanks for
TV there
helping out.
is.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
I miss the Thanksgiving times. Oh yeah, we have a new photograph. So this is Joanne.
According to Kelly, this girl on the left is Joanne. I assume that this is a friend of Joanne, but I have no idea who she is.
This one's not Joanne.
I assume that this is a friend of Joanne, but I have no idea who she is.
The third person also isn't Joanne.
I don't want to ruin the picture.
I don't know how much that helped. Maybe I could ask the RA about the other people in the photo? Is that a thing I can
Hi,
do?
it's me.
You have more questions?
Yeah.
I suppose. What do you want to know?
Can you tell me
She jumped off. She died instantly. It was in the mid. There was
Yeah, to your earlier point, Devilish, I definitely don't like the fact that he's like, definitely print that nobody could have saved her life. It was impossible to stop her. Like, I don't... Does someone have, like, an insurance policy on her or something? You're happy that Dr. Bach made up rescue remedy and you're not allergic to the plants in it. What does the rescue remedy do? What does it remedy?
Can you tell me anything?
I don't feel it's my place to say anything else. If you want to know more...
Okay, I love you, bye-bye. I think I'm out of stuff to do here for now.
This is getting worse. At least I have enough for the story now. I
Oh,
gotta
good.
get home.
I don't think I wasted too much time, other than the entire backstory of the Spoony one going on conversations with Curtis, which is definitely relevant to everyone in chat's interest for sure. I don't think I have a reason to go to the hospital.
This is getting bad.
The music stopped. It's funny that when the headache gets really bad, you can finally hear yourself think.
Oh my god. This really hurts. Sleep, that's all I need. I'll
Chest
just type up
burster.
the story and get to bed. Shouldn't take that long.
Gotta take the bear to
Griff is
bed.
fine where he is.
No, take him to bed.
Griff is fine where he is.
I disagree. Let me write the article real quick.
No more interruptions.
Oh, I didn't actually think the game would let me do that. She's like, I need rest. And I'm like,
Article's finished,
instead,
picture
do
is
all your
scanned,
work.
and I am done for the day. No. What's... I need fresh air. I've got to get out of here.
Is anyone else hearing that music cue?
It's gone. The pain. It's gone. That was
Ooh,
strange.
the pain.
It was like... What is that? The photo. Something is different about it. I almost don't want to look, but... No, no, no! I did not just see that. I am not going crazy. No, it's just the stress, that's all.
You're so right, Neko. She definitely just needs a swig
death,
of
work,
lava
life.
lamp to help take the edge off.
I just need a rest. That's all.
Here's Jacko, or something.
Hello, bright eyes.
Haunted by a creep.
Why
That
do
definitely
you
sounds
always
like a
do that?
Lifetime movie.
So, Griff, long time no see. How's tricks? Right, thought as much. Blackwell dames. Always sleeping. You're always sleeping, and I'm always watching.
That's so upsetting.
Yep, that's me. The eternal chump. It's about
Merg.
time. Hey, nap time Nelly. Wake up.
What?
Shall we try this again?
No.
Now that's not very polite.
Go away.
I'm afraid I can't do that, darling. Believe me, I've tried.
No, you don't exist.
Oh, yes, I do. Look at me.
This is not happening. This is not happening.
Oh, brother.
I am not going insane. There is nothing there.
Could you?
No. I am not my aunt. I am not my grandmother. I am not going to end up like that.
Listen,
Maybe.
Get out of my head. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
Could you?
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
No, you shut up. You're gonna listen.
Reverse.
And you're gonna listen good. I've been watching you all day, sweetheart. You know who I am.
No.
Yes, I'm not going away, so there'd be no point in beating around the bush. Now say my name.
No.
Damn you, you know my name, now say it.
You're
Yes?
Joey?
Good girl. You got it in one. Now
I
turn
really
around.
thought she was going to say Heisenberg, but that's not chronologically possible.
I won't bite. Couldn't even if I wanted to. Hi there.
Now he's making creepy face. I gotta be honest, as upsetting as Joey is, based on what little experience we've had with him, I still feel like the scariest part of this game so far is the entire intro sequence, where someone tries to prevent you from going into your house, and for some reason you go along with it and don't go into your house, and then instead have to go and like bother a stranger's dog at the park so they'll stop busking for long enough for them to like take you back to your home and let you in. I mean, like, yeah, a ghost, woo, spooky, but like that sucks and is like way more stressful to me personally. There's enough weird stuff in the world, I'm like, yeah, ghost, sure, but like that sucks. Slowly turning into the other Ghost Detective game. I assume you mean Lamplight City, which like has an actual canonical ending where your like former partner who's literally haunting you from beyond the grave at one point says like, don't worry, you'll never be alone, and you're trapped in prison for the rest of your life. And I gotta say, Joey's first impression doesn't come off really any better than Bill from that game. You know what? Yeah, I accept.
Really exist.
Oh yes, live and in person. Although I'm not really alive.
Skull joke.
Not
Skull
sure
joke.
I can still call myself a person anymore.
So who are you?
I'm Joey Malone, and I'm the family spirit guide.
I like that we both make that
It's
stupid
the
face.
Blackwell Legacy, darling. I'm passed down from one generation to the next, like a family heirloom. First your
Like
grandmother
the
got
town
stuck with me,
bicycle.
then your aunt, and now you.
I don't actually know if you get an explanation for, like, why the spirit was ever entwined with the family in the first place. Like, it actually feels kind of weird to me that it's not like a perpetual spirit. He's like clearly from, I don't know, the 1920s or the 1930s, maybe the 1940s. I would like to question his origins. Maybe he'll tell us how that
Where did you
happened.
come from?
That's a long, long story, Dollface.
Don't call me
We've got more
Dollface.
important things to do.
Why have you been haunting my family?
Haunting? Is that what I'm doing? That's a real ugly word.
Answer me. Why are you here?
You got me, sweetheart. I've been wondering why me and why your family since this whole gig started. Must be some kind of gift your family has.
A gift?
You're a medium. A medium with a direct connection with the spirit world. And I, my dear, have the unique pleasure of being that connection.
I don't
It's a really weird way to go about
understand
it.
any of this.
Oh, you will, babe, you will. Took your aunt a while, but she got the hang of it. Your grandmother never really caught on. That's probably why
Why what?
she didn't last long. But that's something we can talk about later.
That's
You felt
needlessly
something
ominous.
leaving you.
Felt something?
Yeah, you felt sick to your stomach. I saw you.
I've been feeling sick all day.
And where did it start?
I think the first time we experienced headache was at the park, right? I don't know that this has a wrong answer.
You mean the dog run?
Yeah, that's where we've got to go.
What, right now?
Yep, the sooner the better.
But it's the middle of the night.
So you've just had a nice nap. You should be ready for action.
I'm not going out to Washington Square Park in the middle of the night.
Well, that's where you're wrong. If there's any reason behind this medium business, it's to take care of problems like your dog park. And we have to take care of them soon.
You're a medium to large tuts. Now I'm pretty sure you're just trying to get around the auto mod there. It's funny, which I respect. But, I mean, there's worse family legacies to have, right? Oh yeah, definitely give this man the whiny response. She should be as insufferable as possible to him, right? Because he's like overtly a creep.
We've got to go right now?
Yes.
What's the hurry?
Let me put it another way. Do you want to end up like your aunt and grandmother?
Was that because of you? Did you?
Yeah, I've been doing
Not
that.
me, kid, not me. I didn't make him that way, and I don't know what did. But do you really want to sit around here and find out?
Well, hang on though. What? Based on what little information we've been given, what is to make me trust that you aren't responsible and not aware of it, or that the act of agreeing to what you're doing, even if you don't know it, is the exact cause?
Maybe I am going crazy. Maybe I'd prefer going crazy.
Sorry, Sugar, you're totally sane. Deal with it.
I can't believe this is happening.
Believe it.
Fine, let's go.
Fine, I believe it now. I have no questions. Case closed.
That was strange. Everybody just ignored you. Am I the only one who can see you?
Oh my god,
You
obviously.
can't hear me, so keep your voice low. Oh yeah, this is the spot. Can you see it?
I don't see anything. Can we go?
Come on, this way.
Hey, wait.
Yeah, this is the spot. A spooky abandoned dog park in the middle of the night in New York City.
Travel far from you. Goes against the rules, whatever they are. Now look inside there.
You don't have a The Rules book like the Fairly Odd Parents?
What am I supposed to see?
Just wait. It'll come.
Clifford! Clifford!
I see something. Who is that?
That's what we're here to find out. I'll talk to the spook. You can stay here.
Okay.
Now watch and learn. Why so down, beautiful?
Gross.
Ah. I'm a bit out of practice. How should I handle this?
Be glib.
Hey, buck up. It's only death. Worst part's over.
Great. Nailed it. Let her be. Say something kind of offensive and then just stop talking to
It's
her.
alright. Take your time.
They all run. So hard to hold on. It's me. It's me. They won't stop.
I sure hope that choosing calm her down isn't this man just telling a distressed, deceased woman to calm down.
Relax. Slow down. And
Nope, basically what he did.
Help. Help. He wants me to help him, but I want to help them. Don't they know that? Can't.
Yeah, sound mixing.
We won't run away.
No, we're sick. He poisoned us. Got into our head and poisoned us.
Whatever happened, darling, it's over. You do know that, don't you?
No. I'm poisoned. Stay away or I'll poison you. Run. Wait, like all the others.
Choose not to leave.
Not a chance. I'm staying right here.
You're him. He's the only one who won't go away.
Who?
Him!
Now look.
From the Powerpuff Girls?
Sweetheart.
Leave me.
Hey.
Leave.
All right. We're going. Look, just sit tight. We'll figure this out, and we'll be back. Friggin' ghosts. Can't get a straightforward answer out of any of them.
What just happened?
What just happened is we've got an unstable spirit on our hands, haunting that dog park over there. You wondered why the mutts don't like it here? That's the reason.
There's a ghost haunting the dog park.
She also doesn't have legs.
A ghost.
Sure.
What am I doing here?
I told you.
No, I really should go to bed.
Hey, wait a sec.
Yeah, sleep. I shouldn't be here.
For the love of Pete.
Day 2. Dawn of the second day. We still have like a bunch of time before the moon crashes into the world.
Dream.
Good morning, Bright Eyes.
Ah, crap.
You're still here.
Wouldn't be anywhere else. Has anybody told you that you snore?
The combined suggestions of peanut butter and bread for food. Yeah, solid choice. Can't go wrong. It's funny, asks who is Pete. I assume that when people speak of the proverbial Pete, for Pete's sake or for the love of Pete, they're referring to Mickey Mouse's old nemesis from dozens of years of Mickey Mouse cartoons. In reality, I have no idea what the actual origin of those comments is. I don't think I caught the exact thing he said before the end of this. I heard him say, you know, look up bright eyes or whatever dumb thing he keeps saying. I'm gonna get suspicious. Oh, he said I snore. Uno
If it
reverso.
bothers you so much, you can always leave.
I wish I could, dear. I told you, I couldn't leave even if I wanted to.
So this is going to be my life from now on.
Pretty much, yeah.
You're going to follow me around for the rest of my life.
That's how it works, as far as I can tell.
Great. Just great.
Hey, it ain't all a bed of roses for me either, dollface. You think I chose to be shackled to your family for the last 40 years? Your grandmother refused to accept it, and look what happened to her.
And Auntie?
She made a mistake.
What kind of mistake?
Hey, what is this, 20 questions? What's with the third degree?
For some reason, I just always want to be suspicious. I feel like it makes more sense to assert my rights. Although also, he's like a guy from before women could vote, so like, I don't know that he's gonna work for that.
Are you hiding something, Joey?
Who, me? I'm an open book. It's not my fault you can't read.
What does that mean?
It means zip it.
Look, this isn't easy, you know. You're a ghost? Fine. I'm a medium? Fine. My whole life is turned upside down? Fine. But you could at least meet me halfway.
You've accepted it, you say?
So far, yes.
You've only seen a taste of it. Are you ready to go all the way?
What do you mean?
Ready to see what's out there. Ready to see what this is all about.
God, he has the cadence of Super Eye Patch Wolf when he says that. Bitter response.
It's not like I have a choice, right?
No, you don't.
So what is it?
I don't have to tell you. It's best if I show you. Here, take a hold of this.
I can touch it?
Yeah, the only part of me you can touch.
Gross.
Unfortunately.
Gross.
It
More
kinda
gross the second
tingles.
time.
What is it?
The stuff of life. Or death. I've never quite worked it out.
What now?
Now you pull.
Pull the tie?
Yeah, pull.
Okay.
No, my finger. Pull my finger. Ooh, there's an update on this year's
Oh my
Pokemon
God.
Halloween
Where have you
plushies. I
taken
don't know if I've seen that.
Relax. Take your time. It's a lot to take in at once.
What is this place?
It's the doorway to infinity, darling. Out there, in the distance, the next world. The next plane of existence. The gossamer threads that separate this world from the next. Whatever you want to call it. It's all out there.
How did we get here?
We're inside your head.
You mean I'm dreaming?
No, I mean we're literally inside your head. Remember those headaches you had yesterday?
Yeah?
That was your power awakening. Or to be more specific, it was this place.
Scrawl.
Forcing its way into your mind.
Those nearly blackout migraines you were having with someone literally constructing a metaphysical space inside of your head. Don't question it. Definitely ask for specifics. Be as clear as
So
possible.
what does that mean?
It means that you've got a spiritual way station in your head.
I'm not sure I like this.
Well, like it or not, we're here.
So
I
what
don't
does
like
this
that the
place
entryway is to
actually
pull this man's
It's
top.
sort of a transfer point or node. It
But it's one
connects
of the,
mortal
like, 5
world
things
with
I
the
remember
next.
about
You
this
bring
game.
spirits into this place and then send them on their merry way.
That's it.
Well, there's a bit more to it than that.
I thought as much.
You see, many ghosts aren't as lucid as myself. Most can barely tell you their own names, let alone tell you what's wrong. Near as I can figure, they have to come to terms with their departure before they can actually depart. You dig me so far?
I dig, Daddy-O.
I think so. The ghosts don't know they're dead.
Yeah, right. So, we have to help them accept it. Once they accept their death, they are much more willing to move on. That's my job, see? I talk to the spooks. They trust me more because I'm one of them. You do the legwork. See? Anyway, I know you have some questions about this place, so go ahead and ask them.
Ask about Joey's status.
What
ASL?
about you? Can you go through that hole and move on?
I wish, darling, but I can't. I've tried before, but it just spits me back out. I'm stuck here, whether I like it or not.
What? I can't hear you over this jazzy piano music! Ask about the tie. I'm not sure I want to
You're
know.
wearing your tie again. How did that happen?
Not sure. Near as your aunt and me figured, the tie is just an extension of whatever power brought us here. It's not a real physical tie. No more than I am a real physical person.
But that makes no sense.
The sheep
Look,
is a metaphor.
Just accept it, dollface. Forget logic. For you, logic went out the window the day I appeared in your bedroom. There ain't no instruction manual for this. Your aunt and me just figured it out as we went along.
Is this why Harry could hear his tie in Disco Elysium? Seems as likely an explanation as any. Ask about Park
What about
Ghost.
that ghost in the park? The one from last night. Why didn't we bring her here?
First of all, I didn't think you were ready. And secondly, that ghost was too lost and confused. When a ghost is like that, I can't just force the tie into their hands. It won't work, don't ask me why. They have to know they're dead first.
Plot
Your
device.
aunt called it, being spiritually ready.
How you doing, Joey?
You okay, Joey?
Me? I'm dandy.
You don't look all right.
It's just...
You're looking a little dead. A little
place.
pale.
I don't like it. Probably because I don't belong. Maybe someday, but not now.
I think I've learned enough.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
Why am I allowed to just walk out if I have to pull the man's tie to get in?
Welcome back.
Ugh.
Take it easy. It's a little disorientating.
I'm fine. So what now? Go back to the park and bring her to that place?
You got it.
And how do we do that?
There are 3 steps. First, we have to find out more about her. Second, we use that information to get through to her, convince her that she's dead. And 3, help her move on.
Donation says, I'd prefer if migraines caused this. At least I'd get something out of them. Well, I mean, this game sort of demonstrates in its own way that you could be developing a whole ghost train station in your head and just your powers haven't activated because some member of your family is still tethered to the ghost. Or I guess the transition hasn't happened yet? Slightly unclear.
How do we find out more about her? She could be anybody.
Not necessarily. That picture you got, the one of the 3 girls? That blonde girl is either the ghost in the park or her twin sister.
Suspicious again, always suspicious.
That's convenient.
Don't look so surprised, darling. This type of thing will happen more often than you think.
About the blonde?
One girl is dead.
Looks like it.
And this other girl, Joanne, she's dead too.
Yep.
What's going on?
Dead.
That, my dear, is our bread and butter.
What else can we do to learn more about the ghost in the park?
The photo, dear, it's the biggest clue we have.
Hey, wait, I just realized. Nego, isn't peanut butter, like, not a very popular snack in Europe because it's completely different than in the US? Do you normally have, like, peanut butter on bread? You're a psychic nuclear bomb, then. Just, you know, be careful, I guess.
What else can we do to learn more about the ghost in the park?
The photo, dear, it's the biggest clue we have.
I'm actually surprised. Like, I feel like most times I've heard European people talk about peanut butter, they basically say either it's gross or they don't get it at all. It doesn't strike me as popular there at all.
What else can we do to learn more about the ghost in the park?
The photo, dear, it's the big...
Ask about convincing a ghost that it's dead. Have we tried the superliminal message? Hey, you're a ghost!
How do we convince ghosts that they're actually dead?
That's the tricky part. Near as I can figure, we need to remind the ghosts who they are. Their death was too traumatic, or too violent, or too emotional that their little spirit minds snapped. So we need
this
to
guy
do
is so
whatever we
not
can
chill.
to bring them back to themselves.
And how do we do that?
Usually by finding something that has a personal significance to them. Could be an object, a piece of information, or even another person.
So we need to know more about the ghost in the park.
You're a writer, yeah? Think of this as the ultimate character study.
It's unfortunate that they recorded the ghost's voice lines using my microphone in my old apartment. Ask about exorcising ghosts. They have jazzercise in 2006,
How do we
right?
help a ghost move on?
With my magic tie, dear, I give one end to the spook, the other end to you. You pull the ghost in, and you send them on their way.
You don't come in with me?
No, sorry. That's your job.
Okay, I guess I'm
think I've heard
done.
enough.
Yeah, let's get going.
Do I need to call my boss?
It's just a telephone. I have nobody to call.
Do some research about girls in photo.
That's not something I can look up.
Do some research about the
My
suicide.
article hasn't been published yet. Typical.
Do some research on Kelly.
No. No information about Kelly.
Adrian?
Nope. Nope.
Okay, give up. Do some writing.
With him staring over my shoulder, I can't.
Well, that feels like that's going to be a lifelong problem, but I can't judge too harshly because of the whole lifelong problem thing I'm dealing with.
That leads
Bedtime.
to it's an oversized closet, but it suits me fine.
Let's go to bed. It's like
I'm
6
not
a.m. Okay, let's... I guess we'll talk to the RA.
You coming?
Yeah, sure.
You got Carolina Reaper flavored nuts this week to your spicy nut addiction. That's a lot. Do you normally like spicy foods? Is this a new thing? Holly is so weirdly quiet. The dorm, I think. I don't think I have a reason to go to the hospital currently. I guess I could ask something about the ghost,
Hi,
maybe.
It's me again.
You have more
Face.
questions?
Yeah.
I suppose so. What do you want to know?
Girls in
Do
photo.
you recognize the girls in this photo?
I tried to ask this yesterday, in
Well,
fairness.
that's Joanne. They're on the left.
And the other two?
I definitely recognize them. They were friends of Joanne. They were up here all the time.
They were
but I
named
never
Thing
spoke-
1 and Thing 2.
Well, that's all for. Thanks for.
Just remember, leave my...
Yeah. Tell everyone your name. Got it.
Yo, it's open.
After you.
Yo, it's open? That's a different song than was being sung yesterday. Hang on, let me look at this bulletin board. Let me just ignore you and look at some stuff. The future Mrs. Davenport.
The future Mrs. Davenport? I wonder what that means.
Take it.
The future Mrs. I wonder what that.
It's weird how inconsistency right and left click coincide. The future mayor of NYC.
Recognize her. That's Joanne.
The future Miss America.
That's her, the ghost in the park. She looks so happy here. I wonder what.
Yeah,
happened
she's
to
dead
her.
now.
Like that.
She died. Something about poison, if I gathered. Just take her notebook.
Can I?
No. Joanne and I might not have been buddies, but I'll be damned if I'm gonna let some stranger paw through his stuff.
There's a notebook on Joanne's desk. It's just a. Can I use your phone?
What?
It'll only take a second.
Fine. Just hurry up.
Am I really doing this?
Who do you think you're calling?
Am I supposed to have an answer to that
Can
question?
I speak to Joey, please? Hi, Joey? Yes, I had some questions for you.
Ah! Not bad, kid, not bad. If you got something to say it quick. Lady Pincushion here is starting to look a little hot under the collar.
Lady Pincushion, good grief. Tell me what to do, it's late and I'm fed up with being alive!
Yes, hello. Could you tell me what I'm supposed to do now, please?
No. Look around, check for clues. We need all the information we can get our hands on.
Joey, can you do something about that little bird who is watching me?
Huh? You mean Metal Nose?
Yes, she's making me nervous.
Me? What can I do?
Something.
Joey, I'm not sure I can do what you asked me to do. This is stupid.
Kid, you have to. Don't back out now.
Thank you, Joey.
It's not really a plea for assistance, is it?
Thanks again, Kelly.
It's a plea for, like, assurance. Wait, hang on. Do they only have one bed between the two of them? Am I interpreting this room layout incorrectly?
I'm not getting into Kelly's bed. She hates me enough already.
But it'd be really funny. Have you considered how funny it would be?
Only bed in the room. I guess Kelly got rid of the other bed after Joanne left.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Yeah, they got him. He was a nice kid, but they got him.
Could I ask you some
Back and there's a
follow-up
ghost. Yeah, Mr. Generic Name. The ghost is, in fact, the Blackwell Legacy. We are a girl, and our aunt died, and so we inherited her ghost. What does what mean? We, like, looked at the only bed in the room, and we were like, that's Kelly's bed. I assume they got rid of Joanna's bed because she died. But, like, that's not how college dorms work at all. Ask permission to search.
Look around?
What for?
Just to see if I can find anything else about Joanne.
What, you're a detective now?
Well,
forget it.
Thanks
Fake
again
things.
for lending me that photograph.
No big deal. It was just sitting there on her desk.
College dorm this huge and has a pull fridge freezer. No, I think that's like a wardrobe. I think there's clothes in that box, not food. Question her about them girls in photo.
Could you tell me about the other two girls in the photo?
Oh, Ben.
You know them.
Only through Joanne.
Do you know their names?
Blonde girl is Allie, I think.
Nailed it.
Asian girl? She's Susan. Tried to avoid them when they were here.
Really? Why?
Look, I need my space. Joanne needed her friends around her, so whenever Joanne turned this place into social central, I had to split. They didn't care for me, and I didn't much care for them.
That's why I killed her. I mean, crap. Also the kiss poster. Yeah, it's a pretty fun poll, huh? Hey, Critchwitch, welcome to the stream. How's it going?
Do you know anything about Joanne's friend Allie?
You mean Miss Blondie?
Yeah.
I know enough, which isn't much. She was over here all the time visiting Joanne. She was kind of sweet, I guess. Laughed all the time. Ugh, that was annoying. That was usually my cue to get out of here. What do you want to know about her?
I'm having difficulty finding her. Would you know where she is?
I don't know. She could be anywhere. Studying.
Even a boat?
Partying.
Could she be on a boat?
Huh?
Nothing.
Right.
What about
I don't
Susan?
suppose you know anything about Susan.
Not much. Quiet, I guess. Maybe she just didn't talk around me. I never stuck around long enough to get to know her.
I appreciate the sentiment, Twitch. I would not say that I'm doing well, nor am I unfortunately getting settled. I'm having a lot of difficulty. I didn't even tell you guys about the fun interaction that I had yesterday. I went out to check the mail, and my neighbor across the street and one house over, I can't say she exactly introduced herself because she didn't say her name, but she said hi and gave me a little bit of backstory about her family owned that house for a long time, but it is in really bad shape because a relatively recent hurricane like really did a number on their roof. And then she told me that like because it's in such bad shape, she was planning on demolishing the house, and then let me know that it has termites, which is bad for me because my house is made of wood, and so now I need to add to the many things that I need to indefinitely do until I die, that I have to defend against the termites that may attempt to approach my house when they demolish the place where they live. So that has been very stressful and not good news at all. Now, the good news about that is that in order to sell this house, they did do a termite treatment, but I don't know all that much about termite treatments. So, like, I don't know if that will hold. I think supposedly they last for like several years, but like these seem like some pretty extreme circumstances, so I'm just not entirely sure about all that. There should be reason enough to demolish the building. I mean, maybe, but if you'd seen the roof itself is also enough reason. It has some really sad-looking patches just to literally keep the sky from falling and not much else. I would love to be less negative, but I literally can't manage it. I really hit a breaking point today. I'm having such a bad time, but I think I'm coping pretty well considering that I'm not coping at all. Hopefully you're still enjoying this game, even though it's literally impossible to hear any dialogue over the audio mixing from 2006. I know I asked about Allie. I don't actually remember if I asked about Susan.
I don't suppose you know anything about Susan.
Not much. Quiet, I guess. Maybe she just didn't talk around me. I never stuck around long enough to get to know her.
That's cool. What about
Do you
Davenport?
know anyone named Davenport?
No, but it's a stupid name.
It's written right over here on Joanne's bulletin board.
You think I care what she does? I mean, what she did? I mean, I don't know anyone with that name. Sorry.
Objection. Definitely lying. Do I get any new information from asking about old topics?
Joanne act.
Well, although the last few weeks she's been talking in her sleep.
What did she say?
No idea. Couldn't understand her. She swore up and down that she wasn't doing it. She looked a bit scared, though.
Scared? How?
Just, I didn't need the drama. So you killed us? No.
Yeah, this is old.
Can
Nothing
you
new with
tell me
Adrian
the
either.
He helps us out when we need it and keeps out of our way when we don't. It's the way it should be.
Thanks for helping out.
Yeah, sure.
Inquire about her state of
How are you
mind.
holding up?
I'm fine. Midterms are a bitch, but I'm handling it. Or I would be handling it if you didn't keep bugging me.
Now, why would you say I'm bugging
Thanks
you?
again, Kel.
Whatever.
Can I have your coat hanger? I might need it for like a TV or something. I can't just like rummage around in her wardrobe? That's so ridiculous. It's like this game doesn't even know me. Alright, let me mash some clues together.
The name Mrs. Davenport was written under a picture of Susan. Judging from the photo Kelly gave me, Susan and Allie were close friends. No, I don't. Maybe there's a connection. I
Did
wonder if this
Davenport kill her?
person has any connection to Joanne's suicide.
So he says, when you build your house out of stone, termites bite out their teeth. I don't know that that's true, but if it is, it's kind of funny. In a grim, dark way. So I can't take the notebook except over her dead body, which I'll consider for later if I can find
The
knife.
safety bars on the window has safety bars on it.
God, could you imagine how, like, absurd and dark it would be if, like, this girl's roommate killed herself and then, like, someone, like, barges her way into her dorm room, starts asking questions, and then dives out the window? That's gotta give you a complex, right? Like, you gotta start worrying that that's you.
Over? What do you mean?
We got what we came for, didn't we?
What exactly do we know?
Allie, nailed it.
Exactly. That'll get us far. We gotta get back in there and search for more clues.
I don't think we currently can do much else, can we? We have, like, our family photos. We have this ridiculous envelope of Thanksgiving notes. And then we have a photo of Joanne's friends that she, like, refused to acknowledge. I feel like that's not the thing we're doing currently, although I acknowledge we'll definitely be back there. I mean, I can ask the RA again, but given what little information he had for us before, I doubt that has changed considerably.
You have more
The face.
questions.
Yeah.
I said, what?
Did you ever meet Joanne's friend Susan?
The name doesn't ring a bell, I'm afraid.
What about Allie?
Do you know anything about Joanne's friend Allie?
I'm afraid not. Who is Allie?
She's... Never mind. It's not important.
All right.
Who's Davenport?
Do you know anyone named Davenport?
Davenport? No. Nobody
Curses.
named Davenport on this floor.
I didn't ask about this floor. I asked about in all of reality, goon.
Just remember,
Right. Implicate you as much as possible. I understand the arrangement. Stop reminding me. I really don't have a lot to go on.
Man, I hate this place. I was stuck here for 25 years. Why'd you have to drag me back here, huh?
I don't have anyone to call.
No, you should call Kelly. It'll be really funny. Can I go in this closed zone?
Locked. Whatever's back there, I can't get to it.
Can I get those belongings I was promised a whole day ago?
I'm here to see Dr. Quentin.
Sure thing, you're cleared. Go right in.
Hello, totally legitimate and not creepy man.
Dr. Quentin?
Oh, hello. Come in. Come in.
Do you think this game deliberately has a subtext where nearly all of the men we've encountered so far are like genuine through and through creeps? Ask about super serious headaches that create metaphysical doorways.
Do you know anything about headaches?
It's hardly my specialty, but I know enough. Why?
I've been getting them. Lots of them.
In your case, I'd say they were triggered by stress.
Are they usually this bad?
It varies. Over-the-counter pain medication, rest, that's all I'd suggest.
Thanks.
Okay, real talk, chat. Are we just straight up telling the doctor about the ghost that will definitely get us committed? I don't know. I want to save, but it seems like a lot of effort to save and then do it. Does this game have game overs? All right, let me leave and come back and I'll save. Just to be sure. I haven't saved in a hot minute. Let's remind ourselves of all these bountiful options that we have. Including basically no ability to adjust the volume.
Whoa! Hold on there. You want to go in? I got... Whoa! Hold on. You want to go in?
I'm here to see Dr. Quentin.
Sure thing. Go right in.
Whoa! I gotta clear you first. Am I cleared? Yes. So...
Come in.
Dr. Quentin?
Oh, hello. Come in. Come in.
Yeah, this poor woman definitely needs a lava lamp sundae and a teddy bear. Although, don't we all, really? At the end of the day.
Dr. Quentin, I've got something to tell you.
Yes?
It's about Joey.
Oh?
Oh no. Don't you dare.
Yeah.
Darling, you seem like a sweet kid. Don't ruin everything this early in the game.
It's not a long game, in fairness.
Whatever you think you're doing, stop right now. You say one word to this quack about me and the jig is up. Are you listening? I just spent 25 years in this dump. I'm not gassed up to do it again, you dig? You want to be locked up in a padded cell with me for company? Because that's
That is the good end of Lamplight
sure
City, huh?
Your life is a living hell. Think about it.
Yes, Miss Blackwell?
Maximum creep.
Never mind.
Good girl. Keep your yap shut and we'll get on just fine.
Did my aunt and grandmother ever say anything specific about Joey?
No. Why? Have you learned anything?
I read like 25 Thanksgiving letters and 2 of them mentioned Joey.
Real subtle.
I guess I'll leave now.
I'll head out.
Very well.
Yeah, good girl, right? I genuinely can't tell if this is deliberate or like just like unfortunate vibes from the person who wrote it. Like I honestly don't know.
Just a small transistor radio.
I was really hoping it would let me like change the station to irritate this guy. Can I take it?
I don't think so.
Can I have it?
I don't think so.
Can I have all the keys?
I don't think I need any of these keys.
What if I want them though? What if I have like a
Some
problem and I
small
want them?
keys. One of them is labeled FB. I assume that means fuse box.
Yeah, give me that one. Give me the... This lady is no fun at all, right? She's not like a particularly exciting adventure game protagonist. I feel like the more like psychotic the adventure game protagonists, the more fun they are. That probably says something about me that's not flattering. Yeah, no, I'm definitely inclined to agree with you, Demolition. Like, I know on the one hand we're trying to be like, ooh, this guy's like from the 20s or whatever, so he's all like doll face and whatever, but it's like, it's specifically part of his character that he's been like wandering the earth for all of the time between then and now. Like, he maybe isn't the most progressive person. Oh, well, alive is overstating it, but you understand the point. But like, surely he would have chilled out a little bit, don't you think? It just seems hard to imagine. Or maybe, in fact, that's the reason why he keeps getting these women committed, is that he has done nothing to change. This game is not great about signaling. So I got nothing there. I mean, I suppose we could, like, go to the neighbor's apartment and see how the dog interacts with the ghost, because I assume it's somehow.
Come in. Look, you've got him all excited. Come in, come in. Are you all right, Rosa? You look a little preoccupied.
I'm fine.
That's odd. Moti never acts like that.
Oh, jeez. In case you haven't noticed, some animals can sense me. Are you getting a good look, Mutt? Boo!
What's gotten into you, Moti? I'm sorry, he must be sick or something.
It's all right.
We should definitely walk into our neighbor's house, scare her dog, and then have a conversation with the man who isn't there.
All right, but this is the last one.
Okay, there's definitely... I'm somehow supposed to interact with this dog trick-treat.
Joe,
shh! You want to start a riot? Keep your yap shut until we're alone.
Nah, my version's way funnier. Hi, Miss Shorma. Ask about flute?
You play the flute, huh?
Yes, I play the flute. It's called a bansuri. What about you? Do you play an instrument?
Me? No, I can hardly play the kazoo.
Let's see. You strike me as being creatively inclined. Are you a painter? A writer?
Well, I'm trying to be a writer.
I knew it. Anything published?
Nothing really, aside from book reviews in the Village Eye.
Village Eye? You mean that little paper they sell at the stand?
You've read it?
I've seen it around.
No, certainly not. I'm not paying money for that garbage.
The next time I see it.
Honestly, I feel like in a way Triangle is easier to play than Kazoo. I feel like you're not wrong there, Demolition. At least when he says, I have to deal with dudes in their 60s who have a very misogynist, ableist point of view. Yeah, definitely. But my point is that even in 2006, this guy already had, I don't know, we'll generously say 70-some odd years of life experience. And, like, wasn't impacted by the changing of times at all. Like, that's the point. Not that I expect all people to get better, but, like, this guy who can't, like, influence the world hasn't done anything to just sort of accept the changing of time. Ask about the dog.
That dog is adorable.
Moti? He's spoiled rotten, but he's good company. He's taken quite a shine to you, that's for sure.
Huh. Yeah. Usually I'm not good with animals.
You never had a childhood pet?
A pet? No.
She's trying to get our security password.
Well, you probably had the right idea. Moti's a little thing, but you wouldn't know it from the amount he eats.
He's very active, it seems.
Yes, that probably explains it. See that box of biscuits? I buy a new one every 2 days. Moti doesn't have a stomach. He has a black hole that sucks in food. Feel free to give him
He
one.
also has a ghost. Ask about the park, I guess?
Why do you play the flute in the park?
It's a place to go, I suppose.
People don't pay me if I played in my apartment.
I had the bansuri with me, so I started playing. Next thing I knew, I had a bunch of people around me. So I go there as often as I can now. It gets me out of this stuffy apartment. And I admit, I like the attention. Plus, Moti loves the dog run there. Well, he did until they closed it down.
Why did they close down the dog run? It seemed
Super
okay to me.
haunted.
Nobody really knows.
Haunted.
It started about a week ago.
When it was
Dogs
haunted.
started howling, running
Because of
around
the
like
haunting.
maniacs, acting strange.
Due to the
Some even
haunting.
hurled themselves at the fence door trying to get out. They
Because of the
say
haunting.
it's some kind of high frequency wave
Haunting.
caused by electric cables or something.
Haunting.
Some high pitched sound
Haunting.
that the dogs can hear, but we
Haunting.
can't. But I know better.
Haunting, 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 haunting.
Definitely. I noticed these things. I could tell that things weren't quite right.
Because of the haunting.
In the air. It's not a high-pitched noise. That would only cause a dog pain. This was more than pain. The dogs were scared.
What was there to be scared of?
I have no idea, but I know what I sensed, just like you did.
Me?
You sensed it. Don't think I didn't notice.
I didn't sense anything.
Well,
You almost died because of, like,
spouting
occult migraines. Ask about sensing. What senses do you have? Do you
You
taste?
said yesterday that you sense things.
Yes?
Could you tell me more about that?
Well, I'm not psychic or anything, if that's what you mean. I'm just observant. Anyone could tell something was wrong if they kept their eyes open. Speaking of which...
Brock has a real problem with
tell me
that.
what's wrong?
What do you mean?
You look ill at ease.
Because of the haunting.
The way your eyes keep moving back and forth. Is everything all right?
Say you're fine, kid.
I'm fine.
Yep. Everything's just dandy.
Just dandy.
Yep, everything's just
Stop
dandy.
looking at me? I mean, I know it's hard.
I see. Well, I'm here if you need me.
God, if only it were Thanksgiving. Speaking of food, let's feed the
Wanna
dog.
Try feeding the dog?
Sure, here, take one. I have plenty. Go ahead and feed him. He's always hungry.
Well, I'd better go.
Take care, Rosa. Come back whenever you'd like.
My inventory contains a dog treat now, doesn't it? Heck yeah. I'm keeping that like a complete psycho. Let me wander into your kitchen for a minute, though. Yeah, look at this wardrobe she's got here. It would be kind of funny if we just, like, had some nonsensical juxtaposition of objects.
Go get it.
That seems like something from There Is No Game. I don't think I could do anything in the kitchen, by the way. At least not presently. I guess I'll try going to the park to see if I can randomly give this dog treat to someone else.
So, dogs can see you, huh?
Dogs, cats, birds, any dumb animal.
So what does that make me?
I don't know. A gerbil? You kind of look like a gerbil.
Shut
Skull
up.
joke? Thanksgiving also a huge deal in my family. Well, it's certainly not as big a deal in my family as it is in the Blackwell family. Those folks can't get enough of Thanksgiving. Yeah, I don't know. My relationship with Thanksgiving is complicated. It's certainly a big deal for my family, but it is among my least favorite holidays, probably. Turkey hole. Is that a set of instructions for the day? Stop floating.
Joe.
Shh. Unless you want to explain that the wall is great conversation, I recommend we continue this in private.
Please note, dog walking park is closed until further notice.
Wait, I can no longer go to the edge of the park? That's only for trying to stop the busking from happening?
I want to, but I guess we should talk to the ghost again.
Don't worry. I'll do the talking.
It doesn't fill me with confidence.
Hey there. Remember me?
No. Maybe.
Go easy on
You
it.
tell me the last thing you remember.
Candy. I was eating candy.
Candy?
Candy to make the deacon go away.
Ah, I think I understand. Did it
What?
I don't hear him anymore, but he did something to me. He'll go away.
That's such like an unhinged response. She's like, the last thing I remember was eating candy to make the deacon go away. And his response to that is like, ah, I understand. Your name is Allie, by the way?
Your name, Allie?
Yes, that's me. Allie Montego, historian song. She kisses the boys, but not for long.
Cute. Well,
Why do you have a rhyme about you? That feels
at least
bad.
we've confirmed who you are.
I could probably, like, ye old Google her or something. Do you know the Davenport?
Do you know anyone named Davenport?
No. Maybe.
How about Adrian? Do you know him?
Adrian the man with the plan.
Do you know Kelly?
Kelly, crazy Kelly, made of ice jelly. We all drove her away, but that was okay. It wasn't the deacon's fault. It was hers.
Listen, I know you're literally dead, but are you okay?
Are you friends with a girl named Joanne?
Joanne? Beware of Joanne when her plans unfurled, for she intends to take over the world. She had to go away.
Because of the deacon?
She couldn't understand.
Because of the haunting? Because of the implication?
Do you know why Joanne killed herself?
Joanne? She can't be dead. She's going to change the world. She's not dead. Even though she had to go away. They all had to go away because of the deacon.
You all understand. I mean, don't understand.
Can you tell me about your friend Susan?
Quiet Sue, Widow Lady Lee. Always neat and always fair. Won't say much, but you'll know she's there.
Lady Lee?
She had to go away. Stupid deacon, sending away all my friends.
Stupid
Even
deacon.
the little ones.
Nobody doesn't like Susan Lee. Wait, did Susan jump to the bottom? Did that change? I guess it just updated with the last name. Just have to press F2 to turn music down and F3 to turn it up again. I really don't like the sound of that. I don't know what that did. I mean, I don't think that's changing the mix. I think that's just making it quieter. But it's not using the same settings I had otherwhere, where that is actually extremely bad for editing. And I'm unhappy that I've done this to myself. Try dialogue now.
Can you tell me who the deacon is?
The deacon is the deacon.
So is that just supposed to be music? Why isn't that in the menu?
He's scared. He's diseased. He's made me diseased too. Now everyone goes away.
Look, just sit tight. We'll figure this out, and we'll be back.
That place is creepy.
What, you don't like dogs?
You know what I mean.
I'm gonna try and Google search all these ladies now.
Allie Montego. Let's see if I can find her. She apparently spent some time on a spiritual internet forum. She was looking for information about Ouija boards? Are Ouija boards dangerous? She asked. Can they call anything evil? And if so, how do you get rid of it?
Oh, jeez. Another bunch of hacks messing with those stupid boards.
This has happened before?
A few times. Those things are nothing but trouble.
Lee is a pretty common name, but it should narrow things down. I think I got her. Susan Lee, 18 years old, was admitted to Bellevue Hospital last week after an apparent suicide attempt.
I think that's our girl.
Unrelated, I'm sure.
There are so many sites about this, and they all contradict each other. There's no way to really tell fact from fiction.
There is if Jonathan Frakes is there. How do you explain the detail of the chocolate chip cookie? Sorry, I've continued watching through Beyond Belief, and it's an incredibly stupid show that I enjoy very much. I did share the clip of it during one of the recent streams. Someone created the, like, Jonathan Frakes interrogates you for, like, 3 minutes edit or something like that. it's like, I can't stress enough that, like, objectively, it is not very high quality. It is an incredibly fun show to watch. But, like, you could very easily do, like, a pretty nasty drinking game with, like, anytime the narrator of any, like, dramatized story says anything to the effect of, like, you'll never believe what happened next, or I wasn't prepared for what happened next, or something what happened next, you take a drink and like you'll get a good buzz by the end of a random episode. I just don't know why. Do I explain the detail of the chocolate chip cookie? I ate all of them, so they're gone. What's the question?
With him staring over, I can't.
The problem is, like, without a slider, it's like insanely difficult to tell what the mix is or how to replicate it for tomorrow. Can I not save any cookies for you? You're not close enough to have them. I don't know how else to answer that. Can I go to a new part of the hospital?
You coming?
Yeah.
Can I give Susan Lee a dog biscuit? Do I want to elaborate about the Macy's Thanksgiving parade? I know there was some discussion of that. What is the question? I need to find the Macy's Thanksgiving parade on YouTube. Sure. Okay, just like, what is it for Neko's benefit? It's like an annual tradition. It's a big televised parade that takes place over like a large portion of New York City. I think it started as like an advertising thing, which is why it's so linked to Macy's, which is a store here in the United States. At least it still currently is in 2024. Who knows how long that'll last. But yeah, I mean, it's usually like broadcast by a lot of the like local channels, and they mostly just like talk about the parades and performances. They'll often have like musical performances from Broadway shows, which, you know, also take place in New York, and that's the bulk of it, is like short Broadway performances, especially at the beginning. Big, typically like character balloons, floats that sometimes have like popular singers on them, and then, you know, marching bands, sometimes from like high schools or other notable groups of people. And, you know, it just lasts a few hours. It's a big pageant-y spectacle thing, and it's a tradition. And it's all funded by a department store to get you to remember that it's Macy's. The Hopsicle. It's not a parade of Thanksgiving food. Not typically, but I think Tom the Turkey's been in it for like several decades. Ask about Susan Lee.
Patient here?
Susan? Yeah, we've got her. She came in about a week ago.
Ask to see her.
Visit Susan Lee.
Sure, if you're on the approved guest list. What was your name again?
Rosangela Blackwell.
Sorry, you're not on the list. She'll be out in a week. You can visit her then.
Try again, having changed nothing.
I'd like to see Susan Lee, please.
I told you, you're not on the guest list.
Oh, well, that's because...
Blame the system, blame your memory, blame the guard, blame Susan. I feel like blaming the guard doesn't help. I'm gonna blame my memory and see if it'll let me make up another name or something.
I gave you the wrong name.
You did what?
Yeah, gave the wrong name. Sorry, it's a character in a play I'm in.
There, I got the face.
That's the best you could come up with?
Really? Well, what is your name?
Ouija boards. I imagine I'm supposed to say Davenport, but since I don't have a first name, that's not gonna work. But I'm gonna try it anyway.
My name is Davenport.
Davenport? That's it?
Yeah, like Cher or whatever.
Rosa Davenport.
Sorry, you're still not on the list.
Rosa Davenport has a pretty nice ring to it, actually.
I'd like to.
I told you.
Oh, that's.
You did?
Yeah, it's.
Ugh.
Real. Well.
I love that they'll let you do this more than once. I mean, it's like a staple of adventure games to let you like repeat stupid stuff like this, but it's like such a bad lie to begin with. And I'm gonna tell this man that my name is Ouija boards, and he's just gonna shoot me dead, and that'll be the end of the stream.
That's not relevant.
Aw, is my name Joanne Suicide?
That's not relevant.
I'm the deacon. I bet the deacon's on the list.
That's not relevant.
My name is Mr. Burns. What is your first name? I don't know.
My name is Kelly.
Nope. No Kellys on the guest list.
What about Kelly Davenport? What about Kelly Ouija boards?
Thanks.
Alright, I'm gonna leave. God. Do I have like...
Joey crashes yet another photograph. He doesn't look happy. Joey crashed. He does.
No, that's just it. Okay.
Joey crashes yet another photograph.
I'm probably going to call this episode "My Name is ... Ouija board." Yeah, I assume that if I find out the name Davenport and then just keep using the same horrifically bad lie, eventually he'll let me in. What can I ask about Davenport, though? No ties to Thanksgiving? I mean, I thought it was going to be something about Thanksgiving. It seems very important to this game and its lore. But, I don't know, I don't immediately have the quip. And I feel like My Name is Ouija board is just a pretty funny thing to read. I mean, I think the most fun I've had so far was reading through 25 consecutive notes, about 6 of them specifically mentioning Thanksgiving and then making a whole mishmash out of it. I don't have, like, a lot of places to go. I feel like I should be able to process of elimination my way to a solution.
Joey?
Yes?
Ask about...
What was
Auntie.
Auntie's condition like?
She was a rotting vegetable, sweetheart. They kept
Cool.
her so drugged up that she could hardly move, which is probably for the best, come to think of it. Without the drugs, she wasn't pretty. But the doc told you all about that. You don't need to hear it again from me.
What was it like, staying here?
Like? I was on a different floor, but it's all the same. 25 friggin' years, hovering over your aunt's shoulder, staring at the ceiling. You want to know how many cracks there were in that ceiling?
Tell
Not
me.
really.
54. Or
54.
maybe 55. I was never sure about that last one.
You had a lot of time to not be sure about
How
that.
well did you know Dr. Clinton?
That quack. He'd come into your aunt's room, poke her, prod her, try to get her to speak. He didn't know from nothing. I'd just as soon never see him again.
That's all for now.
Right.
I mean, obviously at some point I'm tampering with the fuse box. And I'd wager I'm probably also making a crank call on this phone. But I think first I need to, like, talk to Susan. And I think to do that I need to figure out Davenport's name. Did I try Googling Davenport? I don't actually remember. I think that's the best I could do, unless I can ask the neighbor lady about Davenport.
Davenport is too common a name. I need a first name at least.
Well, that's literally the thing I need. How about Deacon? That seems specific enough.
That's too common a word. Whoever the deacon is, I don't think I'll find him this way. My article hasn't been... Griff is fine. That's Griff, the PI bear. I've had him as long as I can remember. He's in horrible shape, but I don't have the heart to throw him away.
Stupid face. That unbelievably stupid face. How do I get Davenport?
Yeah.
How do I Davenport? I guess I'll ask the neighbor. There's like just not that many other people I could talk to. There's really nothing I could do at the park.
Now come in.
Did I ask Allie about Davenport?
Just.
I'm at a loss. He never acts like this. Never.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Ask to leave.
Well,
Very good.
Take care. Come back.
So I can interact with the dog, but I don't think I have anything meaningful to do with it. I could give it a treat, but I think that's just like a loop. I think there's something I'm supposed to do.
Did you see the look on that
medicine or
mutt's
something?
face? I thought he was gonna wet himself.
You have an old teddy that's in bad shape too, Ice Bunny. I feel like it's a rite of passage for good people. Most of mine that are in bad shape are like real bad shape. I had a little tiny, like palm-sized dog toy that I carried around for ages. If you're familiar with the puppy surprise, which was a super like 90s thing, I was really obsessed with those for some reason. Super bizarre toy. It's like a big stuffed dog with a horrible plastic head, and it's like a Velcro pouch that you open up, and it's full of tiny puppies that are like small plush toy, like small plush like beanbag type toys with also weird plastic heads. For some reason, totally obsessed with them. Really like them. But like, what a bizarre concept to try and pitch and manufacture. I honestly can't remember if I asked Allie about Davenport, and I feel like I have asked everyone else and no one has said anything. And if I don't get an answer from her, then I think I'm at a loss.
Yeah. Hey there.
No.
Do you know anyone named Davenport?
No.
Well, I'm at a loss.
Why are you interested in Ouija boards?
Ouija boards? I hate them. Why do you have to bring that up? I had a Ouija board once. Next thing I knew, everybody went away.
Yeah, the plastic head is definitely the thing that makes the puppy surprise, like, it's ostensibly kind of upsetting. It's just like a weird mix. I think it was so that they could like put cute face details on it in a way that would be difficult for them to do in plush at the time or something. I don't know. And listen, I was a big fan of them, but like, it's definitely the sort of thing where like, anytime I've ever known anyone to discover them, they're like, oh God, like what's happening? There's so many little typos and errors. I mean, in fairness, I don't know how big the team was for this, but like, it's like an indie game for sure. Did it say I knew a Ouija board once? I knew a little German. He's over at the bar. I guess I could go ask like, people at the apartment building about Ouija boards.
Look,
I really need to know about Davenport, and I don't know how to get there.
You alright?
This is going to take a long...
We got the rest.
The rest of our life. I know a Ouija board once. Yeah, she's talking to one. Fair. Knock knock. Ouija board? No. Closed door.
Hi, it's...
You have one?
Face.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Do you know anything about Ouija boards?
I'm afraid not.
Does the word deacon mean anything to you?
Deacon? No, I'm afraid not.
Do you know anyone named Davenport?
Davenport? Nobody named Davenport.
Thanks. Did you ever meet Joanne's friend Susan?
The name doesn't ring a bell.
Well, that's all. Thanks for...
Alright, I guess we'll try talking to Kelly about Ouija boards. I'm pretty sure we asked her about everything else we know. Do I have a puppy surprise? I don't know. I loved mine really hard and they like disintegrated.
Yeah.
Like in a more profound way than most things I've ever owned. Those toys just like dissolve.
Follow-up questions, Kelly.
Fine.
Make it quick.
I think somewhere in the stuff that was packed from my bedroom at the parents' house before the move, there's still like one smaller one that's intact.
Do you know if Joanne had any interest in Ouija boards?
No.
I don't suppose you know anything.
Not much. Quiet. Maybe she just. I never started.
Does the name Deacon mean anything to you?
No. I'm agnostic.
Sick burn.
Do you know anyone named Davenport?
No, but it's a stupid name.
It's written right over here on Joanne.
You think I care what she does? I mean, what she did? I mean, I don't know anyone with that name. Sorry.
Thanks for helping out.
Yeah, sure.
Please let it would really.
I've helped you out. You can ask your stupid.
Thanks again.
Whatever.
I'm not taking Kelly's things. She's covered her wall with rock posters. That's Kelly. She gives me the creeps.
I hope she said that out loud.
There's a notebook on. Can I?
No. Joanna, but I'll be.
Okay, I don't think I know what to do. I may not have patience to try and figure that. I was kind of hoping to get like
See
a...
the metal in that girl's yap? How does she brush her teeth?
Same way as everybody else, I guess.
One leg at a time?
Ugh. Imagine kissing a girl with rust breath.
God, that awful line read is really underscored by the just like absolute blowout on the mic at the last second there. Yikes. I was kind of hoping to like reach a point where like I just knew what the next thing we were gonna do was, but like, man, I'm tired.
Ooh, there's gum stuck to the faucet. I'm not touching.
Do I have a tool to recover gum? I have a dog treat. Can I put gum on the dog treat? The answer is no, because nothing can leave my inventory, weirdly enough.
I don't want to. According to Kelly, Joey says that this girl looks like. And according to Kelly, her name is Allie. According to Kelly. Just a bunch of. I'm not stealing stuff from college kids.
Oh, you know what? We haven't like jammed clues together in a minute. Ouija boards and Deacon?
The girls were interested in Ouija boards, and they are all haunted by someone named the Deacon. Could there be a connection?
I think I already did Susan and Davenport.
The name Mrs. Davenport was written under a picture of Susan.
I think the solution is to change your name to Ouija board. I definitely think this adventure would be a lot easier if our name was Ouija board, for sure. Who would I ask Ouija boards and Deacon? Is that like a Google question? It's kind of weird that this game has like a Google mechanic.
Hi.
You have more.
Yeah.
I said, what do you?
I mean, while I'm here, I guess
Do you
like.
know anything about Ouija boards?
I'm afraid not.
Well, that's
Okay. Incorporating multiple ideas did nothing to change that line of questioning, huh?
Yeah, open.
After you.
What's the point of an adventure game if you don't get to make psychotic decisions? It's a really fair question, Neko. As I said, I definitely prefer an adventure game where you are just basically a psycho.
Could I ask you some?
Make it.
Does the name? No. Do you know if Joanne had any?
No.
It just mashes them together. This has to be a Google thing.
Thanks again.
Whatever.
This just hasn't helped at all. It seems important and has done nothing. I assume only
What do
Google
you
will
want
help.
from? I'm doing.
We'll try it.
It feels like the game is suggesting I should be able to do something there that I can't. It really doesn't feel like that's true in this moment, but I guess I could be wrong. I could pull the fire alarm, maybe. Wouldn't let me do that before.
My computer. That's too common a word. Whoever the Deacon is, I don't think I'll find him this way.
Oh, that's so annoying. It's weird that that's even an option considering how useless it is to combine those concepts.
Maybe there's a connection. There is obviously a connection.
It's weird how I can't combine Susan with Deacon and Ouija at all.
Maybe there's a connection. There is obviously a connection between the Deacon and these girls. There is obviously... The word Davenport was written on Joe... Allie is dead, just like Joanne. Is there more to this than a simple case of teen suicide? No. I don't need to bother. I don't need to bother. I don't get reception anyway.
That's why we should take the
This
clothes
TV was
hanger
here
from
when I
that
moved
girl's
in.
apartment. It's a load-bearing TV.
That leads to my bed. It's an just some old book review clippings.
Can I call...
It's just to tell... I have no...
You can't call my boss to ask him about Ouija board and Deacon?
I don't need to take the trash out. It's not even full. Just a trash can filled with crumb... Just a standard stove oven combo.
It's called a stuffin' and you know
bother
it.
When every Chinese restaurant in the area delivers.
Ugh. I don't like that you're me. Really didn't want to order dinner again today, but I did.
I want to talk...
Yeah.
Any idea who the Deacon might be?
No idea. Although, he must be a pretty formidable fellow considering what's been going on.
I don't suppose you know anything about Susan.
Nope, no more than you.
I wonder if the name Davenport has any significance.
It could. You never know.
You're so helpful.
Why would Joanne commit suicide?
Who knows? Maybe she was in a hurry.
That's not funny.
What kind of a thing is that to say? Like what do you even...
What do you think of Kelly?
That kid? I suppose once you get past all that metal, and the clothes and the hair and the nasty makeup, not to mention the skin, and the nasty attitude, maybe. Nah, forget it.
Oh my god. I'm going to make value judgments on her based on her appearance after saying all that stuff. Yeah, he's a man. That's cool, I guess.
I think I've heard...
Yeah, let's...
Hey,
Yeah?
Ask about history. What do you know about Napoleon? Oh, I guess I can ask about these photos for some reason.
Can you tell me anything about this picture, Joey?
Oh, yeah.
I'm really disappointed there isn't a Thanksgiving
it was taken
photograph.
About 40 years ago. Your grandmother insisted on it.
So that's my grandmother.
Yep.
And that's my dad? And Auntie Lauren?
In the flesh.
Joey, you're in this photograph.
Oh, so I am. That was Jack and Maria's wedding.
My parents?
Yeah.
What was my grandmother like?
Her? We have to talk about her?
What's wrong with her?
Nothing. Forget it. Ask me later.
What was Auntie Lauren like?
What do you want to know about her for?
I just do. Can't you tell me anything?
Hey, we've got lots to do. Ask me later.
Ask Joey to stop moving. God, that's gotta be the solution to a puzzle, doesn't it?
So what can you actually do?
Do?
As a ghost? Any powers or anything like that?
What you see is what you get, dear. I can float through walls as long as I'm still near you.
But you can't touch anything.
Not really.
Not really?
Well, you remember that breeze you felt when I manifested myself last night?
Gross.
Yeah.
That's the extent of my physical presence. Neat trick, huh?
Not really.
Everyone's a critic.
Explain the concept of death to
How did
me.
you die?
Excuse me? How did I die?
Yeah.
That's a bit of a personal question, isn't it?
I have no idea.
Yes!
Okay, fine.
Sorry. Can't you stay still?
Huh?
The way you float all over the room like that, you're making me dizzy.
You sound like my mother. You're just gonna have to get used to it, babe.
Gross. Ask Joey to
Can
leave.
you ever leave?
Leave? What do you mean, leave?
Leave. Get out of my apartment. Go somewhere else.
What, don't you like me?
Well, it's not that. It's just, well, what about privacy?
I'll turn my back when you're in the shower, don't worry.
And what about personal space?
I'm a ghost. It's not like I take up any space.
You know what I mean.
Sorry, darling, no can do. I told you I can't travel far from my hosts. I can go maybe 30 feet before something stops me.
That must be annoying.
It's not so bad now. After 25 years watching your aunt drool, this is like staying at the Ritz.
Yeah, I suppose he hasn't developed many people skills in the last 25 years, in fairness. Definitely need him to use those ghost powers at some point.
I think I've heard.
Yeah, let's.
Alright, well, I've decided I have no more patience to figure out what to do, so good luck to me doing that tomorrow. Options. Well, that was something. I'm gonna be disappointed if Thanksgiving doesn't feature prominently into the climax of this game. They just set it up to be so important, you know? And that definitely wasn't me. It was definitely 100% the game. No embellishment or anything. Yeah, I'm looking at the stream pretty quick, but do keep in mind that I've hidden some secret Squirtles out here in yonder room. For those of you who may be new, I hide these Squirtles among my other plush toys that I have because I'm definitely a normal adult man. If you're able to locate a Squirtle hidden in this fashion, it will be an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. So I do encourage you to take a moment and see if you can find a secret Squirtle. I've almost run through this 100% juice apple, and then I can go have some stress nightmares. That sounds like fun. I'll enjoy that for a couple hours maybe. It's rough, like I can't even like go to a store in this game to buy a knife. That would really solve my problems, I think. Yeah, I apologize for being negative, Crit Twitch, but as I said before, like I am sure at wit's end, and it is not a good place for trying to be positive. I do work very hard to not burden folks with my negativity, but this is the best I can manage. I am doing bad. Secret World behind candy corn, pink thing with head growth. Now I'm gonna go ahead and guess that's Jigglypuff. I'm kind of concerned at the way that's described, Castle, only in that I feel like Jigglypuff is a common enough Pokemon that I do expect people, even who haven't played Pokemon, to have some vague understanding of it. But, like, I don't know. I guess not everyone can know everything, huh? Well, let me know if you have any last-second inklings for guesses. Like I said, I pretty much only prepared Blackwell games for this weekend because, good God, I barely managed to get that working. And clearly I didn't do the research that Demolition did to find a secret unlisted command to balance the game with no visual interface whatsoever. Only know about Pikachu and Sonic Chew. Yep, that's fair. Nah, Sonic Chew's probably a Pokemon, I don't know. Said that he uses his head growth and not hair. I mean, what is hair but a head growth? You know? You know what I mean? Anyway, we got this piratey Sandshrew right here. I could check that without getting up. He's not hiding a Squirtle, but in fact our little donut cat friend. Obviously, he is currently separated from his donut, but, you know, worry not. We do have the cat butthole, which does apparently allow you to gender the cat from a distance, which is weird. It's a thing I learned because there's a lot of cats in my neighborhood. I'm not just a creep. I'm a creep who also had curiosity about the 34 cats. There's a lot of cats. Behind... Oh, the chair turned. Behind Jigglypuff over here, we got ourselves festive Halloween Pirate Eevee. And behind this beloved candy corn is in fact a Squirtle. Curiosity about cats killed your innocence? Nah, my very existence dealt with that. What's behind Carlos? Well, the cat was pretty much also behind Carlos. It was sitting behind Carlos so that it could help prop up Sand Shrew. Like I says, I saw Sleep Mask at a store full of cute plushies, and for some reason the design they went for was cat butthole with 3D cat balls. How is that not the first thing that comes to your mind, though? Anyway, congratulations. A Squirtle was found. I will be back tomorrow with Blackwell Legacy. I would guess we're like 40 to 50% through the game, maybe. They're supposed to be short, at least the first two. I checked time to beat on them, and they both estimate roughly 4.5 hours. But I don't know. I did a lot of reading in there. I'm not sure that counts towards like a normal runtime. Also, had some delays at the start of the stream, to be fair. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. Whether that's tomorrow or later down the line, where I have some fun Halloween things planned that hopefully I can execute on. In the meantime, remember to take care of yourselves and that you are awesome. Awesome.